Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun. As long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. What's the word, my people? What's the word? How y'all feeling, man? I hope y'all feeling great on this glorious Wednesday. It's Wednesday, man. I know for the people who've been waiting for the weekend, we almost there, dog. We almost there. Lock in, we almost there. Listen, we got a lot of topics to cover today. We're gonna get down to the nitty and gritty. We're gonna be jumping around a lot today. But before we get there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification so that way you won't miss any other live streams that I have. You won't miss any other video uploads that I post up, and you can be right on time with it. And if you don't want to miss any of my uploads and you want to be one of the first ones to get the video before it goes public, definitely become a part of the ENG community. All right, cool. Also, super chat goal today is $100. Cash App goal is $50. I'm not begging for it. I'm just letting y'all know if you want to support the channel, if you're really rocking with your boy, support the channel. All right. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and dive into it because we got a lot of things to cover. All right. First thing we're going to cover today is The View. They had JD Vance on The View today. And listen, I'm going to come at this from another angle. So I want y'all to understand. I'm not going to dive deep into the full politic aspect of it, but I'm going to dive into something a little different. But we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to play this video and then I will give my thoughts and my opinions. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
The report says you even floated having Tucker Carlson interview Ghislaine Maxwell to clear the president's name, but you were rebuffed by your people. Why?
Well, I'd say, first of all, don't believe everything that you read in any newspaper, whether it's a right-leaning paper or a left-leaning paper, because as you guys know, well, there are things that are true, things that are false, and things that are totally missing context. Well, here's what I'll say. So, number one, I am, frankly, kind of a conspiracy theory on the Epstein stuff. And that story says that that's one of the things that's true, is that some people called me a conspiracy theory on the Epstein stuff. And I love Susie, but absolutely, she thinks I'm a conspiracy theorist on the Epstein stuff because I think that it's crazy that you had this guy who is clearly a sex predator who is hanging out with a lot of very wealthy and powerful people. Like, that really bothered me. I don't know what's there, of course. Nobody knows exactly what happened unless you were there, but that really bothered me. And I wanted to have full transparency. What I disagree with is the idea that the White House wasn't committed to full transparency. We have to remember, like, I was inside the room when some of these decisions were made. The Epstein Files Transparency Act, the one that the president signed, the one that led to all these files that we're seeing, the emails. By the way, again, sorry, do I have to defend my boss? I know you guys don't always appreciate this, but, you know, one of the things you see in the Epstein emails is that Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump literally reported Jeffrey Epstein to the police. That's one of the things that came out of these files.
They were best friends for about a decade. And remember, he signed that Transparency Act under duress when some Republican women, congresswomen like Lauren Boebert, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, did not give in to his pressure of not signing. He brought Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room to pressure her into caving on not voting for that bill.
So let me respond to that. So
that's all true.
Let me respond to that. So number one is, yes, Donald Trump, and he said this, he knew Jeffrey Epstein back in the 1980s. He also threw Jeffrey Epstein out of his club when he found out he was a creep and reported him to the police. That's something that the media often misses when it reports the story. They tell the fact that they knew each other in the 80s, which the president himself admits. They ignore the fact that he narked on him to the police and led ultimately to Jeffrey Epstein's downfall. To that point, Anna, you know the Republican Party. Well, it's one of the things that led to law enforcement investigation. But on the point that you made,
it was allegedly over a real estate deal that they got into a fight over.
But the email says actually
they didn't know each other. Let's just be truthful and transparent here. They didn't just know each
other. Are they even trying to have a conversation, or are they just trying to attack? Are they trying to have a conversation? Let the man get his thoughts on. You ask him. You can't ask somebody a question then start talking as they're starting to give you the answer. Let them get their full thought out, dog.
He's in a lot of They were incredibly close friends.
He reported him to the police. That's what I'm saying. That is objective. That is objectively true. But Anna made another point that I think I would be, if I may, because Anna made a very important point. This question about, did Donald Trump release these files only under duress from Republicans? And Anna, you know the Republican Party probably better than I do. The idea that Donald Trump runs around afraid of Republican congressmen as opposed to the other way around is kind of crazy.
What was the bipartisan? It was Republicans and Democrats.
But because the Republicans control the House and the Senate, particularly the Senate, you need the Republican sign-off. What the president did is, look, I will say this again. I was in there in the meetings. He was very frustrated that the Democrats were making this about him when he's like, look, I threw the guy out of my club. I am the guy who reported him to the police, or one of the people who reported him to the police. The president was frustrated about that, absolutely. But he eventually came to say, you know what? Let's just get everything out there. Let's have this out in the public. And he actually called the senators. I was there. He called the senators and said, you know what? Pass this bill, I'll sign it. And that was it.
Well, then let me follow up briefly. Let me follow up briefly.
Yes.
It sounds like you believed that there would be men in the files who would be held accountable. Rightfully so. And the American people are with you on this. Why haven't we seen the release of over 2.5 million additional Epstein file documents?
They keep reaching and reaching and reaching and reaching for every which way they possibly can to try to find a reason to blame Trump for something. Bruh, TDS is crazy. TDS is crazy. Bro, this shit got people in a, I'm stop cursing. This has people in an uproar. The View, they already are right-leaning heavy. They are an echo chamber. If you don't agree with anything they say, they're going to attack you. You got somebody of the opposite side, on the opposite side, somebody who works directly with our president of the United States. And you're sitting up there trying to combat him as if you are behind closed doors with him. I'm trying to understand, how is it that y'all believe that y'all know more than the man who works right beside the president himself? Make it make sense to me. And you're trying to argue back and forth. I'll give y'all an example, right? I did an interview, and this is when I really started to take YouTube serious. I did an interview. Y'all remember Rizoma, right? Y'all remember Rizoma, the girl who was on Pop the Balloon. Shorty who was on Pop the Balloon. And she was going in on Buddy, you know, about this whole thing. She went viral all across all platforms because of how she dogged the old boy and then how he handled himself with it, right? I brought her onto the Courtnee Edgar Show. You can go look at it. It was an interview like way earlier, like I think last year sometime, like early last year sometime, right? I did an interview with her. I was not attacking her. Regardless if I agree with what she did on Pop the Balloon, I let her get her thoughts off because everyone was already attacking her. I even did a reaction video to her. It's like, hey man, I don't agree with what she was doing. This is crazy. But I was like, you know what? Let me bring her on because there are more people that are attacking her. They're not letting her get her thoughts off and seeing where she was coming from her perspective. So I brought her onto my platform and let her get her thoughts off. I wasn't sitting up there trying to interrupt her and combat her or correct her. I was just sitting there, letting her get her thoughts off, letting her get her complete thoughts off, and I was just asking her questions in regards to who she is, how did she get on the Pop the Balloon in the first place? What was it about old Buddy that she didn't like? So what was the real reason? What happened what was the aftermath after that? Once the cameras cut off, what happened afterwards? All these different things. And these jokers here, these ladies here are continuously trying to attack. Won't let the man finish his points. They just continuously keep talking and over-talking them and interrupting them. It's crazy.
Documents. It seems like you are someone that is on the right side of history on this.
So we've released, I think it's 6 million files or 6 million pages of documents. My understanding is the 2.5 million, Sonny. I'm going to check on this to make sure, but my understanding is that a lot of those are duplicates of things that have already been released.
So
we're not holding anything back. Some of those things are like the courts have to order you to release them. So that was one thing that we confronted. You talk about this situation in meetings is, you know, there's a big bunch of files that existed, I think, in the Southern District of New York, or maybe it was some other jurisdiction. But we were like, we want to release these files, but you need the court approval in order to release the files. Sometimes we would apply to release the files and the courts would say no. So those particular documents, I would need to actually like know exactly what you're talking about.
3.5 million documents were released, and my understanding is 2.5 million have not been released.
Those may have been the ones that are under court. So I don't know what the documents you're talking about, but I'm telling you,
let me go to break.
Sure.
Let me go to break. Because people are looking at me.
Man, listen, bro. Shout out to JD Vance for keeping his composure, staying in frame, because I know deep down in his spirit, deep down in his soul, he wanted to say, hey, shut up. Let me get my thoughts off. Can you be quiet for a second? You brought me on here. I'm doing y'all a favor by coming on here and talking to you and having these conversations. What y'all could be doing is really diving deep and really trying to get an understanding from our side and what we're actually doing and how we're moving and what the plan is and what the goals are, asking the right questions. But y'all aren't doing that. You're too busy trying to argue with this man, the one who is the vice president. Y'all are just lunch ladies on a platform talking and just spewing out BS because you feel some type of way. And you're just operating in the echo chamber. That's all you're doing. There was only 2 women up there talking the entire time. 2 of them. And unfortunately, it was 2 brown women. Everybody else, even Whoopi herself, just on this video that I'm talking about, because I'm pretty sure there was other parts that Whoopi was talking to, but I'm talking about specifically this video right here. Everybody was quiet except for 2 individuals. They would not let the man get his thoughts off. How you gonna ask a question and then start to answer for him and then start to talk? That is crazy, man. Make it make sense to me. I don't understand it, bro. I don't. But shout out to JD Vance, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell on it. I mean, makes no sense to me.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears heavy on this one. We're gonna switch gears heavy. Before I do, let's see what shorties are talking about. It makes no sense. They're all a bunch of assholes. Whoopi is high the entire time. I like Whoopi till she became a dude. Man, you wild. She's not a dude, man. we're not gonna pin that on her. She's not a dude. She is a woman. But you know, we don't like her thought processes, you know what I mean? And it's their thought processes is never to try to understand. They just want to combat. They want to argue. They feel this type of way, and then they just want to attack that point. They're never listening to understand. They're listening to respond. That's all that they do. They want to attack. And the point never gets across. You know what? Let me play another version of this. I want to play another version of this. This is a different side that I didn't talk about it with. So I want to go ahead and get into it. Listen, man, make sure y'all support the channel. Super chat it up. Let's run the numbers up today. All right. So let's get into this other topic too. I want to dive into the other portion of the view as well. So let's go ahead and dive into it.
What did Black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of Black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was the kid. No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your actual point.
So in a lot of the,
let me make sure I understand this question.
To really stigmatize folks of color, and you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of Black heroes. How does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just, I know Emmett Till was the kid. No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. You know, where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate Black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, I mean, you know better.
So Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention.
I hate the shaming language. This you know better mindset, this you know better attitude in mind. And listen, and people, I want y'all to understand. We both know I am a Black man, right? But I don't live on the ass. I don't live in a victim world. I don't live in the victim mentality. I know there's messed up white people. I know there's messed up Black people. I know there's messed up Hispanics, messed up Asians. It's all across the board. It ain't just one. So I need y'all to understand that. So I hold everybody accountable, right? But in this aspect, we always, every single time that we're bringing up, every time we're having a conversation about Trump, every time we're having a conversation with JD Vance, anything of the political view, we always bringing it down to the Black community. What are you doing for us? Michael, you just coming in saying I'm wrong for no reason. How am I wrong? What am I wrong about? I ain't even said nothing yet. You just saying that I'm wrong. What am I wrong about? Make it make sense to me, bro. What is it that they're taking down? What history are we forgetting? What history are we forgetting? I want to know. Because I'm of the same ilk. If it's on the white side and it's not important, hey, get rid of it. We don't need to know about it. We don't care. It's cool to know. It's great to understand where you come from. If you want to deep dive, guess what? There's a library in every single city, every single state, every single county, everywhere. There's always libraries. You can always go and read it. Am I wrong? If you want to know about your history, look it up. Google it. Chat GPT it. Use Claude. Use Chat. Use Gemini. Google Gemini. Look it up. Get a better understanding.
Because I think the story you're talking about is where, you know, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about Black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled. Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color fit in this vision? Because it doesn't seem like we fit.
I think, Sonny, my view.
Since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
So first of all, I'm very skeptical of that number because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But Whoopi, let me just give you an example of this. Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-Black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Fair.
Don't start any stuff with me, man. Don't get me in trouble. Don't start no stuff with me.
I misinterpreted your question, but let me answer your actual question there. What I'm saying, I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. One of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by a share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America has seen a radical decrease in.
Nah, bro, don't do that. No, she doesn't, man. No, we're not gonna do that, man. It's one thing to disagree with Michelle Obama. It's one thing to disagree with Barack Obama, but no, we're not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna start just spewing BS. No, she is a woman, 100%. She is not a man, bro.
Violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
Why does the crime? Where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is about
lost their jobs.
Right. This is about
Sonny,
human rights.
what you're saying is,
well, I can ask you the same thing. How do you know? But you out here just spewing stuff. That's the point. You just spewing out BS that you don't even know yourself, dog. Come on, man. Be smart, bro. Be smart.
We got to do more on the economy.
Black history has been erased from public spaces.
Black history is not erased from public spaces.
Guys, we do have to get to Iran when we get back.
Yeah,
some very important news.
I'm telling you, we celebrate Black history. We celebrate all American history in this administration. You guys might be skeptical of this, but I promise you,
I have to go to break. Anna, God, please, we have more with Vice President J.D. Vance.
Anna get on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie to you. She talk too much. Anna get on my nerves. She doesn't allow people to talk. She continuously cuts people off. She doesn't allow the conversation to actually happen. She doesn't allow it to stir in the pot. She just wants to over talk and get her points out because she thinks she's doing something she really not. You're not helping anybody out by continuously keep trying to bash and punch and punch and punch and punch and punch. Let the man talk. Let him get his thoughts off. Him and Whoopi were having a conversation, then y'all want to jump in. Y'all got it, bro. I'll let y'all go off in the comments. I'm not. But man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right, let's get into this topic right here. I want to get into this real quick. Let me see. What do you say? Let me read some of these comments real quick. The public school system is turning out a whole generation of people that can't read. It's deliberate. Facts. The audience is so clearly sheep. Those producers love to have them. Yep, they do. Dumbing down every race. Yep. The only store safe in a looting spree is a bookshop. Facts. Where facts. You'll never see them burning down a library. And because ain't nobody gonna go there. All the value is there. All the value is in the library. All of it. Most definitely, no, it's not. If you're gonna sit up and tell me that the kids look nothing like them, bro, y'all really are. Come on. Show me where Barack has called Michelle Big Mike. Yeah, show me the link. Show me the pictures of Barack and him together. All right, y'all keep on just spewing out. Y'all keep doing that. Putting out BS, putting out false information, bro. Y'all continue to keep doing it. That's on y'all. I'm not subscribed to that. This generation is the first generation to be cognitively less capable than their parents. I want to say that. Now, show me the link. This is a public information, brother. Let's look it up. I got time today. He didn't say Big Mike, but he has called her Michael before. Let's see. Let's find the video where he called her Michael. See, it'll make more sense if y'all send me the link so I can easily just go to it. Now you want me to do the research. This is what we're not about to do. If I can't find it in the next 2 minutes, it is what it is. I guess I'm just gonna have to be ignorant. That doesn't do it for me. I'm not gonna hold you. That doesn't do it for me, y'all. I'm sorry. That doesn't do it for me. That's not concrete. It's easy. It's easily manipulated. Anybody, I'm not going, bro. It's a clipped up video. It's an edited video. Call me whatever you want. You can call me ignorant. Yeah, I just heard it, but that doesn't mean anything. That does not verify or confirm that Michelle Obama is a man. Come on, fam. I'm not doing that. Let's see what else we got. No. When technology was introduced into learning, it affected cognitive performance in the younger generation. Or it helped. You never know. It depends on how you use your brain. I don't think it's necessarily the technology. I don't think technology is the problem. I think it's the parents in the household that's the problem. I don't think it's the technology, bro. What? Not you with the Make America Great Again hat on, Kim. I thought you was a Democrat. I thought you were a Democrat, huh? Well, what up, though? Where you been at? Though, Kim? Yeah, it's pretty wild, Kim. I don't know why they're trying to argue that this woman is a man. I don't understand that. Millennials and everything that came after. The disrespect has to stop at some point. Stay off the internet. The real picture was, yeah, exactly, Andre. I'm not going, man. They can say all of that. They can say all of that crazy nonsense. I'm not going, bro. No, she's not a man. I don't care if he messed up. A lot of y'all mess up y'all own people's name. Some of y'all mamas keep messing y'all name up, get y'all names mixed up with other people's names too. We're not finna play this game, dog. We're not gonna play this game. I'm not finna do this with y'all. But the studies was about Gen Z. Oh, okay. Carter Michaels, no. Yep. Michelle, that's Big Mike. Put some respect on stop. What's the channel? What's this channel about? Well, we about to get into it. You saw the thumbnail. We about to get into some more topics though, but I'm stopping in between to read the comments, show y'all some love since y'all engaging in the chat. So I gotta engage in the chat because guess what? Y'all are a part of the show. I don't know why people think I'm a Democrat. I don't know, man. I don't know. To say Michael 2000 crazy. How many times your mama messed up your name? She didn't call you every name in the book except your actual name. I know my mom had. She didn't call me every person's name in the book except my actual name. But it's just because your mind just messed up. She called you this name, that name, then she finally get to your name. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Y'all go for anything. Okay, well, cool. You just scrolled. But we about to get into some topics. The main topic of tonight is Mystikal. He got 20 years. But before we get to the main topic, I talk about multiple other topics as well that's within this live stream. I don't only just talk about one topic. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's true or not, but we'll be crazy. Now, if it was confirmed, if it was to come out that she is and it's confirmed by her, then that's a whole nother conversation. But until then, that's a woman. The children look like her. That's what I'm saying. The children look like her too. You feel me? I used to be a man trapped in a woman's body. Then I was born. Man, you wild. Man, let's go to this next topic. I ain't got time for y'all. I ain't got time for y'all today, bro. I ain't got time for y'all today. It's crazy to be a Republican and not have a minimum $5 million in the bank from an accounting perspective. Absolutely blows my mind, especially when all the policies is made to repress people making less. Interesting. All right, so what we got next? Oh, speaking of money, let's talk about Elon Musk. Let's get into this topic here, and then I'll give my thoughts because he on the verge of making $1 trillion, bro. $1 trillion. Jesus. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna give our thoughts and opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
Some of y'all are are weird. It is amazing that Elon Musk is a trillionaire. He's an immigrant from South Africa. Some of y'all are weird. It is amazing that Elon Musk is a trillionaire. He's an immigrant from South Africa who arrived in America at 17 with $2,000 in a suitcase full of books. He paid his way through college, graduated with over 100 grand in debt, and then sold his first company for $309 million at 27. He co-founded PayPal and Tesla. We love that. He co-founded SpaceX, which is developing cheaper and reusable rockets so we're less dependent on Russia, and Starlink, which is providing internet to poor and war-torn nations like Ukraine, and Neuralink, which is allowing ALS patients to communicate. SpaceX alone created thousands of jobs in working class communities, and its blue-collar workers who receive hourly wages have stock in the company. So when the company does well, they do well. SpaceX's $75 billion IPO, or initial public offering, that technically made him a trillionaire on Friday, also made over 4,000 of his employees millionaires, which is so cool. And this particular IPO is unique because really anybody could get in on the money-making fun. If you had the Robinhood app, you could have made some cash. And also, his business doing well allows venture investors to cash out and then pour their money into startups that are working on innovations that could potentially save lives, like cancer vaccines. He is a literal engine for the American economy. When he makes money, it doesn't just sit idle in a bank account. It gets injected immediately back into the country through massive capital expenditures. Duh. Economists call this the multiplier effect. The thousands of jobs that he creates at his facilities creates thousands more for local builders and suppliers and service workers across the country. All good things. Elon is successful because he took risks. He failed countless times, but he kept trying.
No, he is not European, Kim. He is not European. Those two different things. He is South African. That's where he was born. He is not European. Don't do that. Don't do that. That'd be like saying I'm African. I'm not African. I'm American. I was born, well, actually, I was born in Germany, but that doesn't make me African. We don't speak the same. We don't speak the same that everybody else does. When somebody's from Europe or Britain, they call themselves Britain. They're British. Or Japanese. They don't call themselves black, white. We only do that here in America. So when you go to other countries, they call you an American. Now, oh, you're an American.
And it worked out. Jeff Bezos, he failed big time last week, lost himself a lot of money, but he's also going to keep trying. We also forget that Elon Musk risked almost his.
Well, if you were born and raised in Japan, if you were raised in Japan, you would be Japanese. Because that'd be your culture, that'd be your language, that'd be how you live, the way that you live your life, your culture, your lifestyle would be Japanese. So you would be Japanese. You wouldn't be African. You would be Japanese. That's where you were born and raised. What are you talking about?
Entire early fortune on Tesla and SpaceX. Thank God he did, because it eventually.
You're saying European. He's South African. He's South African. He's not European. He's South African. Just like a Russian who may look white. She's Russian. Ain't the same thing. A European is European. Two different things.
Actually paid off. Now we have self-driving cars. If you were mad about it, well then, my friend, you have envy, and the Bible says not to have that. Whether you are Carl Anthony Towns of the Knicks worth over $100 million, or Jimmy Kimmel worth over $75 million, or Elon Musk, or Jeff from down the street, you too can use the free market American system to take risks and become as successful as you want to be. Elon Musk is proof of that. You just have to try. Stop hating on it and be.
I agree. From the standpoint of what America actually is and what America is supposed to stand for, this is the pick yourself up by the bootstraps, get to it, and let's get to work. America is a capitalistic country, right? So it wants you to be successful. They want you to be successful. They want y'all to be entrepreneurs. I know a lot of people talk about systemic and how they want the employees. Yeah, they understand that because they understand that people are going to fall to that. More people like the idea of their comfort than to actually go and get it. That's why you got 1%ers. That's why you got 10%ers. That's why you got 20%ers. That's why most people are in the workforce. And even then, people who are in the workforce, they don't even use that to their leverage to even catapult forward. They just stay where they are and try to move up the ladder as much as they possibly can. And then when they can, they blame the system. That's exactly what happens every single time. Every single time. There are many different ways where you can build your wealth, where you can grow your money. Most people don't even know about what a brokerage account is. A lot of people don't even know what a 401k is, or a Roth IRA, or a traditional 401k. a traditional, I'm sorry, I said traditional 401k, a traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. A lot of people don't even know the difference between those two. They just think about the paycheck in itself. They don't understand how to build wealth over time. They don't even understand the meaning of pay yourself first. But they'll blame the system though. It's at your fingertips. Education's at your fingertips. You can learn it in any given way. You can learn how to build your own wealth. Now, nobody's saying that you are going to be a trillionaire, but you can damn sure put forth the effort. You can damn sure put forth the work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of, hey, big dog, I can't do that. Hey, big dog, it's going to take a lot of no's. Like, nah, I ain't got time for that. It's going to take a ton of sacrifice. You're going to miss out on a lot of different things. You may lose. You're going to lose a lot. But when you win, they're big wins that make up for the losses. So, but nah, shout out. He gonna be that dude. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all better invest. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better invest y'all money. Y'all better invest y'all money. Stop putting it in these regular bank accounts. These Wells Fargo's, Regions Bank, Chase Bank. Get you a brokerage account. Because I know most of y'all working 9 to 5. Take a percentage out of your check. Pay yourself first. Have that money go into a brokerage account. If you don't know anything about stocks, the best bet for you until you learn is to invest into an ETF. That'll get you started. You got money going into a certain account. And guess what? Your money's working for you. No, it's not a scam. Getting the brokerage account is not a scam. That's a way to build wealth. That's a way to have your money work for you. Investing into an ETF until you find certain companies that you've done your research on. You've done the cost analysis. You looked at the P&Ls, you looked at who the manager is, and you can see where the company is going over a 10-year period. If they're trending upward, it looks like a good play. Looks like a good play to invest your money and to put your money in. Because if they've been in business longer than 10 years, it's a good sign. It's a good sign that you're going to make money from that company. Look, prime example, Bull City. I grabbed $7,000 worth of SpaceX Friday up 1,000 as of close today, even with today being a down day. Shout out to the bag chasers, bro. Shout out to the bag chasers. That's what making money is about. That's what the American dream is about. But a lot of people don't want to learn that. They think you're supposed to hustle. They think it's about hustle. Yeah, some of it has to be, you have to get it out the mud. You're going to have to go through the trenches in order to get to where you want to go. But there's also other ways to have the little trinkets that you can put into other places to make your money work for you and have your money grow over time. When I started making my investments, when I got hip to the game, I'm up damn near $20,000. Up 20 bands. Not because of no tax returns. It's because I invested my money. Little trinkets over time, the money work for you, bro. It builds over time. You just you have your money directly deposited into those accounts, and you don't look at it. You don't pay attention to it. And guess what? If you actually need the money, you can dive into it, take the profits out, whatever you made, whatever company you decided to invest in, and use that for whatever it is that you need. That's how a lot of people do it. When you see a lot of these people going on trips and shit, they got brokerages accounts. But hey, he said, let me hold $1. but hey, one day y'all learn. And as you continue to make more money, guess what you do? You invest more money. You invest more money. You don't upgrade your lifestyle. You stay exactly where you are to maintain. So therefore, you can get ahead. You don't, just because you made $20,000 more, that don't mean you go and get a brand new whip. That don't mean you go and get a brand new crib. No, stay exactly the same way that you was maintaining your life where you was at that $50,000. And you decide, and just so happen you get a better job. Now you making 80K. Don't upgrade your lifestyle. Live that same lifestyle you was living at 50K. Now you upping it at 80K. So now you can invest more money to help your money grow a lot faster. But I don't know nothing though. I'm just learning from people who doing it, and I'm doing it myself and applying the shit that I'm learning. I don't know nothing. Hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right, so now we gonna switch over a little bit. Since we talking about the money on, let me read some of these comments before we do though. She said, let me see. Do Japanese people have a particular phenotype or physical feature? Well, yes. Typically speaking. But that doesn't take away from the idea of what you are. It makes you Japanese in the social world, but I know what you mean, shorty. It's okay to be wrong, Kim. Facts. I'm not wrong though, but okay. I can believe he's African. It ain't about you can believe he's African. That's what he was born. If he was born, that's what he is. It's crazy. Exactly. America rewards businesses. Facts. I don't think she's wrong. Elon is European descent, lineage, blood, but he's still African at the end of the day. Regardless of how y'all want to look at it. If y'all want to go deep, if y'all want to deep dive into the roots of where you are and who's who, nobody is who they actually are. Africans ain't Africans. Europeans aren't Europeans. Japanese aren't Japanese. Koreans aren't Koreans, because we got a lot of shit going in we have a lot of things in our blood from many different places. If y'all want to really dive into that, if you talk about lineage. So we all are mutts. If you really want me to break it down, we're all mutts, regardless of how you look at it. Salaries are a drug given to you to forget your dreams. Yep. He's an African in the story. Suze Orman taught us this on PBS. The only white people that don't count are Jews. Nah, cap. They got their own, and they're at the top mostly. Yeah, they are at the top mostly for sure. We take the fall for all the Jews BS who own the slave, aka scamming. The white man takes the fall as usual for 3,000 years. They say most do it to prison for doing what they all do insider trading. Yeah, a lot of them do insider trading. Yep, that's a fact. The sooner you start, the better. Facts. I made 4,600 in SPY puts today. Facts. You know what it is, big dog. I told you about this yesterday morning. Let me know how I can transfer that dollar. Yeah, let me hold about 200. I'm just playing, man. You ain't gotta do that. Don't do that. No, I'm saying they are very wealthy people. I'm saying the very wealthy people be scamming. That's how they get so wealthy, like Martha Stewart, and she went to prison for insider trading. Okay, I got you. Chapstitch, did you see the game inquiry posted by Rupert Lau today? No, I didn't see it, bro. Send me that link. Send it to Courtnee Edgar 1 at Gmail. They have white Jamaicans. Yep, they got white Jamaicans. Elon Musk is South African with European descent. His mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. How do you mean that Africans aren't Africans? I'm African myself and confused by what you said. Ain't nothing to be confused about, big dog. Not he's still African. Yes, we are all mutts, but some folks learn more one descent, then don't matter. You're still a mutt. If you mix, if your father is mixed and your mom is white, If your father is mixed with black and white, and your mom is white, guess what? You still mixed. Don't matter what you leaning towards, you still that. You still a mutt. Don't matter. You still a mutt. A mutt is a mutt. If you ain't 100%, you ain't, you a mutt. No matter how much you leaning. You a mutt. You a mix of all. What up, Moni? Mutt is someone who's mixed, unless you're speaking on North Africans and Arab. Nope, I'm speaking on people with your, go and look in your lineage, go and look in your blood. I guarantee you from all over. You ain't from one place. You're not from one country. Guarantee it. I guarantee you, you're not from one place. Your lineage is not from one place. You're mixed. You're a mixed child, but if both your parents are black, you're black. Cap. Cap. Because why? Somebody down in your lineage could have been with a different race. And the more you, and more of that same color decides to blend with each other, guess what happens? Yeah, still be black. Look at my nose. My nose ain't wide. My nose ain't wide like the typical black person would be. It's not extremely wide. I don't have a wide, big ass nose. I don't have that. There's a reason for that. And it's not to say that I'm not black, but I guarantee you I'm not 100% though, because I've seen my blood. I've done 23andMe. I saw it. And it continues to change each and every day. It changes each and every day. We find more and more. Now I'm like, interesting. I'm like, interesting. I'm all over the place. So again, don't mean nothing. Love from Tel Aviv. What's up, big dog? Do you want to buy a trampoline from me? Nah, homie. I ain't got time. I'm Ethiopian, Somali, and I took 23andMe and have 90% sub-Sharon African. Okay. That, and guess what? What's that 2%? Here y'all go. Here y'all go, man. Yes, we know this. We know this. Go and look at your 23andMe and see where you from. See what your bloodline is. I'm not going to continue to keep going with this. I'm going to move on to the next topic. Y'all think that, huh? Y'all think y'all created everyone? Even the Europeans? I ain't saying nothing. You know what? I ain't gonna get into it. Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic. Let's talk about this Jay-Z topic, man. Let's talk about Jay-Z, man. There's a lot of people that are in, okay, 2% is from Indian, but that's insignificantly smaller number. It doesn't matter. It's 2%, isn't it? 2% can make a difference. No matter how you spend it. 2% is 2%. Makes a difference, doesn't it? You pour 2% in the color, it makes a difference of the shade, correct? Does it change the shade or not? Does it change the shade or not? Just answer that question. It's a yes or no question. You add 2%, does it change the shade or not? Does it change the shade of the color? Yes or no? Even just a little bit. Nah, I don't want to hear nothing you talking. I don't want to hear that. Cap. You got some wrist crack in you? Yeah, same. I do too. I do too. It don't matter. Insignificant. You're not asking. No. Answer the question. Yes or no. I didn't give you insignificant. I said, does 2% change? Yes or no? So yes or no question. Not a little bit, not maybe, not insignificantly. Does it change? Yes or no? That's the question that I asked. Simple. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Simple answer. Simple answer. Because that 2% can be from a bloodline that's way down in the past. Yep, it could be. That 2% can be from a descent that's way far on down the line. From way down the line. And guess what? That 2% matters. Because if you tell that to somebody who is 100%, you ain't 100% full breed, big dog. So just a 2% can make an just because you say it's insignificant, that doesn't mean it doesn't make a difference. It makes a difference. So again, yes or no? Does it make a difference? Yes or no? No, not really is not a full answer. Be definite in your answer. Does it make a difference? Yes or no? If you're talking to somebody who's a full breed versus somebody who isn't a full breed, does it make a difference? Because even us as Black people, our hair textures are not the same. Even our hair textures aren't the same. All of us don't have the same nappy ass hair. Some got nappier hair. Some people's hair, some Black people's hair is a lot more coiled than the others. Am I right or wrong? Some have slicker hair. Some are in the middle. So that insignificant difference makes a difference. So again, you're wrong. Point proven. You know what? Let me play my, All right, now let's move on to the next topic, man. Let's get to the JG. So, speaking of Black people, speaking of money, people are upset at Jay-Z for the simple fact that he has not only he's collabed with Target. And so, of course, the Black community, they're upset. Why? I don't know. Let's find out. You said your hair texture is plantation? Oh, God. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this topic, man. So we're going to play 4 different videos. Actually, let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, I was right. 4 different videos. And then we're going to give our thoughts and opinions. So bear with me here. If you got something that you want to say, if y'all got something y'all want to say, if y'all got a thought or an opinion, guess what? Throw a super chat in there. Matter of fact, let me put it up. If y'all got some thoughts that y'all want to get off, let me put it up here for y'all. There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this topic, man.
It's going to be $40. The thing is, it's exclusively going to be at Target.
Okay.
And a lot of people are not happy that it's going to be at Target. Why?
They still boycotting Target?
Exactly. And still, I'm with the people.
I see a lot of niggas in Target. Stop it. Y'all niggas be doing all that shit for the podcast, but be in Target with your stupid ass hoodies on, with your fucking hat covering your eyes. I see a lot of you niggas in there.
Where do you be at when you see him?
No, by Target.
Aisle 6.
I see all. So like, nigga, you be in Target too, nigga. Y'all niggas gotta stop lying. I hate when y'all do that, bro. It's all right. Yes, we stand up for, what was it that happened?
Racial justice.
Yeah, we stand up for racial justice and all that. But what happens is, here's the thing. A lot of you guys are following a fantasy. Half these niggas that saying that, they don't stand with you. No disrespect, they don't. They are in Target. They're buying an air fryer. They're buying, help me freeze. They're buying a fucking safe. What?
Soap.
They're in
everything
Target.
at Target.
And they're trying to hide and go like late. They're trying to go on the low, but I see him.
Medicine.
I'm with you, but I see him. And I was in Target because I bought a new air fryer, the double shit.
We don't suppress nobody's
Facts.
voice up here, and we brothers. We're in support of each other. However, when the racial injustice,
Nigga, you was in Target too. Shut your ass up. Shut up. Tell him take it out.
Tell
him take it out. You was in Target too, nigga. I seen you, nigga.
When the racial
Fuck
injustice,
you talking about? I was really talking about you.
Ain't no way you two shop at the same Target.
The same shit down. What you mean, nigga? I'm in a good area, nigga. I'm not like you trying to call Itch for advice on what Target to go to, nigga, or what Wawa to go to. I go Dolo, nigga, for Delph. Yeah,
That's gangster.
We not well, I was in Target. My girl needed some shit about there, but it was empty.
It was.
When I went that 1 or 2 times, it was empty. It was empty.
The Get Money niggas is in there. But yeah,
Target is expensive.
The racial injustice.
Target ain't cheap. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, on the racial injustice shit, just let Mark cook. Just let him go.
I think
then we come in after.
I like when Flip represents the other side because we need that perspective.
Mark is phony, boy.
Because I think he represents.
Mark is phony, yo.
How am I phony?
Because if you let Flip go, he'll get into his fucking FWA bag.
FBA.
No, FWA.
Oh shit. FWA. Oh yeah. I forgot.
If you let Flip cook, he'll get all. He's 100% FWA.
I don't know what that means.
Foundational White Americans.
Nigga, I don't fuck
Foundational whites. My boy loved them foundational whites.
That's not true,
You don't
nigga.
play. Now you repping them niggas.
You tatted them. I'm telling y'all that people are lying. That's it. That's what I'm saying. There's people lying, but we're gonna let.
But you stand with us.
Saying by me, I don't care what y'all talking about. Well, I'm walking my happy ass right up in Target. Care nothing about what y'all talking about, man. In Target, 1,000%. I'm walking in there. Bought a TV from there. Not playing no games. Not finna play with y'all, man. I'm not finna play with y'all, man. I'm not subscribing to that shit that y'all got going on. Talking about some DEI. Oh, well, they getting all the black people off the shelf. But then you want black people to be successful. You want black people to thrive. But then when they're thriving, you got all the kind of shit to talk about. I mean, I ain't got time for y'all. Let me see what they're talking about.
Doing such a disservice to our community when you speak like that, because when you say that there's so many black-owned businesses, there's so many black people that are in Target, my question to you is, why is Target their only option? That is the issue. The reason why some people would run to Target and make a deal is because that is their lifeline. That is the only way for them to provide for their family. So black people, I tell you this, be very careful at who you call our kinfolk, because not all skinfolk is kinfolk, and we talk about these. Jay-Z, just like Tali said, cross Dame in business ventures, what? To partner with executives, what? To company to go with the white executives. He's done that. Then not only that, he placed that basketball stadium in Brooklyn and they used his street cred, right, to displace all those black families. Now those, you know what Jay-Z said? Oh, we were gonna employ thousands and thousands. To this day, ain't no thousands and thousands of black people employed by that stadium. Still to this day, they were moved out because of eminent domain. Still to this day, gentrification is happening in the community he grew up in. But they used him to get us, our people, to say, oh yeah, that's our people, I'm gonna support them.
Why y'all act like there aren't systems in place, man? Why y'all act like once somebody get into a certain position, y'all think everything is supposed to change? It's one step at a time. It's one step at a time. You think just because somebody, oh, well, shoot, we got this one black person here, everything is about to change. No, there's still a chain of command you got to go through, big dog. There's still checks and balances. You still got to go through it. You still have to go through the chain of command when it comes to making decisions. So even though Jay-Z is a consultant of the NFL when it comes to the music aspect of it, I guess I call it a consultant, that doesn't mean he makes all the big moves. That doesn't mean he has the power to hire whoever he wants to. It still has to make sense for the business, because at the end of the day, it's not about your skin color. It's about, can you get the job done? It's about the money. And y'all don't understand that. You keep thinking just because a black person's in that, you think automatically, oh, I got to help these people out. I got to help them out. Oh, why don't you just look at it from another perspective? Hey, man, he opened the door for us, bro. If he was able to get in there, shoot, I need to follow that path. Or I need to figure out how I can start opening some doors up too. Because if he was able to get in there as a rapper, this man was a drug dealer back in the day. And I ain't never been a drug dealer before. So if that's the case, I should be able to make moves. I should be able to make other kind of moves. I need to figure out what kind of moves he's making. It don't matter. But that's the point. That's the problem, Kim. It's not his responsibility. It's not. It's not his responsibility. It's not. Y'all can't tell another man what to do with his money. That's y'all problem. And I'm not talking about you, Kim. I'm talking about people in general. Y'all expect people to do, y'all want people to do something with their own money. Y'all keep counting people's pockets, bro. Get out of their pockets. You weren't there with them. Kobe said the ultimate thing that's gonna last forever. You weren't with me shooting in the gym. You weren't with me. You weren't by my side. I'm not responsible to make the community better or worse. I'm not responsible for that. I'm taking care of the people that I need to take care of. That's it. The city ain't my responsibility. Go and talk to the mayor. Go and talk to your councilman. Go and talk to the governor. Go and talk to those people. They are responsible for the city. I'm not. I'm not. And if I do have a hand in the politics, if I am endorsing a mayor or a governor, of course I'm gonna say, hey, listen, man, I'm banking money. I'm banking money on you to do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? These are certain things that I need to make happen. These are certain things I need you to get done. So I'm endorsing you in this deal. That's what happens. Y'all think, oh, just because somebody gets some visibility or just because they are linked with Target or they're doing a collab with Target, all of a sudden, oh, let me help all black people come through the door, bro. Come through the door. I'm gonna help everybody out. No, help yourself out. That's what the American dream is about. Help yourself out. If you want to be successful, guess what? You got to do it to yourself. You got to be the one to take the steps and take the actions. You got to be the one to go into the library. You got to be the one that's going to go to these networking events. You have to be the one that's going to be able to open your mouth. Because guess what? I'm not about to give you the fish. I can teach you how to fish. I'm not giving you the fish. We ain't doing that. I guess so, huh? If you're a black man, you're responsible for all the black people. If you get some level of visibility, oh, God forbid any black man becomes a trillionaire like Elon Musk, it's a wrap. Game over. Game over. Game over. God forbid they're going to drag him to hell. Oh, I can definitely fish. I could definitely fish. Don't play with me. I didn't say it was his responsibility. I just say he won't do it. Yeah, I know he won't do it. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't talking about you, Kim. I wasn't talking about you. I'm just talking about black people in general. Like this woman just said, she's talking about what he's not doing for Brooklyn. It's not his responsibility. Like Chinese people have Chinatown because they want their own for their people. Yeah, I know. They want their own for their people. But guess what? It's a community. It was a community that was already built. Us as a collective, we aren't together. We aren't together. But we can't. But here's the problem, though. We cannot expect somebody of a high visibility to do it. If you want to see change, you got to be the change. If more black people, because we had it before, let's not get it twisted. We had it before, twice actually, but it got burned down. Lake Lanier was once a rich city, full of black entrepreneurs. It was once a great thing. Other groups work together because other individuals aren't trying to get ahead. Everybody wants to gatekeep in the black community. Everybody want to gatekeep. But then hold up. Before I get too far ahead of myself, other people don't want to learn from other people either. We're prideful. We think we can do it on our own. We think that if we ask somebody else for help, we think that we're less than. We actually believe, a lot of people actually believe that they can do it on their own, when that's not the truth. It's not the truth. Somewhere along your journey, you're gonna need help from somebody who may know something better than you, who may know something that you don't, and they're gonna help you along the way, whether it's a little bit or a lot. That's why I say 2%, it matters. 2% makes a difference. 2% help is way better than no percent. It helps. That's how people come together. But here's the problem. In the Chinatown community, guess what? They're able to hold their people accountable too. They're willing to exile anybody who is not doing what they're supposed to do in that community too. They still operate. Chinatown still operates outside of their own community. They just bring the money back into the community. That's what happens. Elon look out for the people that he's supposed to look, the people that's closest to him, the people that work for him. He look out for those individuals, the ones that helped him. If a black man asks you right now, he needs some help, you gonna help him?
And Black people, be careful who you make famous.
Most of the gentrification in our communities are by Black people.
Jay-Z, this is fucked up on so many levels because one of two things happened. Either Target approached Jay-Z and offered him a whole lot of money, which I highly doubt, or Jay-Z saw an opportunity. He saw the void that is Black people not shopping at Target, and he pitched to Target, you know what? I'm the Black culture. I've got this huge cult-like following. If y'all give me a shitload of money, I will team up with y'all exclusively to do this. And it's like, Jay-Z, you leveraged the boycott and the struggle of our people who were attempting to put Target in their place. You leverage that for your own personal gain. And it's fucked up, especially considering that you are not some low-level rapper who needs the money. And I know men like Jay-Z get to a certain level and they do this thing where they're like, it's just business.
Yeah,
it was a business.
It is. Exactly. That's what they don't talk about. Chinatown is kind of bummy. It is. It is. When you go to other cities, ain't nobody trying to go to Chinatown. Ain't nobody saying, listen, man, when you hit the city, go to Chinatown, bro. Go hit up. I'm telling you, bro. Chinatown is. Ain't nobody trying to go over there. Don't nobody care what they got going on. Don't nobody care about going over to Chinatown, bro. Cool. They may be on the outskirts of it, take pictures and keep on pushing. Ain't nobody trying to spend their time over there in Chinatown. Said depends on what kind of help he needs. Hey, that's true though. It depends on what kind of needs. Prepping to sleep soon. I mean, I guess.
Business opportunity. It is not just business, Jay-Z, when you leverage the hard work and the strides that everybody put in to get our voices heard and our feelings felt at Target, and you just go on and completely undercut all of that for your personal gain. Now, I know a lot of y'all not finna like this, but I'm finna have to take it there. And Beyonce, you ain't no damn better. Beyonce, this is legitimately the equivalent of the nice white woman that we work with, that we like, but she goes home to a Trump-supporting husband and is raising Trump-supporting sons. It's no different. It's no different. That white woman that says, I'm liberal, I'm for abortion rights, I'm for everything, but she reaps all the benefits of the patriarchy and her husband's white supremacist ways, and she's nice, but she raises boys that turn out to somehow still be white supremacists and Trump supporters. Beyonce, you're that woman. You are that woman, because the call is coming from inside your house. You are out here full line in our face. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you did the HBCU Black album, for Black people. You reclaim country Western, country music with the Cowboy Carter thing. This vanity move of doing all of this Black power work, but then your husband goes and does something like this. Like, where was the conversation in y'all household where you said, Jay, we got to have a level of morals and values, and we can't do this, and we don't have the money? You are no better than the white woman who says she's for the cause and goes home to a racist Trump supporting ass husband. It is the exact same thing. There's no distancing yourself. Oh, that's my husband's business, I'm not in the business. No. I don't even have the time to get into, Jay-Z, you went and undercut the movement with the NFL when we had all that momentum going on with Colin Kaepernick. Your pockets got lined, and we as Black people got nothing for it. You went in there.
Why y'all count Black? Why y'all still counting this man pockets though? That's my question. Why you counting this man pockets? Why you counting this man pockets? You don't know that negotiation. You don't know what happened at the negotiation table. You up here speculating. You think you know, and then you're gonna try to tell the wife what she's supposed to be doing as his wife. As his wife. You telling her what she should be doing as a wife of Jay-Z, a billionaire. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? No, there's no truth being told. But guess what he did? Because guess what he's doing? He ain't gave a solution. There's no solution behind this. He's just talking. Where's the solution? What other company, what other store can he go to? What other company or black company, I'm pretty sure that's what he's aiming towards. What other company is as big as a Walmart or is as big as a Target that he can collab with? Name me one. Name me one. Name me one that's as big as a Target or as big as Walmart. Name me. Hey, you said Fubu Outlet Store? They ain't even as big. That's what I thought too. I thought the boycott was over too, Rod Brown. I thought it was over too. But yet and still, here we are. Here we are. Whole Foods is not a black company. Amazon ain't a black company. Neither one is a black company. Neither one. And he telling the billionaire what to do with his money, what he should be doing, and telling the billionaire's wife how she should behave or how she should be moving as a wife to her husband that takes care of her, that pretty much made her career. Man, if you don't sit the hell down.
Tap dance for them crackers and told them, I know what to do to make black people shut up. Let's give them halftime and lift every voice and sing. It calmed us the hell down. You lined your pockets. And at the end of the day, we got nothing for it by means of economic empowerment and or ownership in the NFL. We got nothing for it. Jay-Z.
What were you expecting for him collabing with the NFL, him collabing with Target? What do y'all be expecting? That's what I'm trying to understand. Y'all think as soon as we get a little bit of leverage, y'all think all of a sudden we take over everything. It takes time to take over everything. It don't just happen at the snap of a finger, dog. It takes time. What do you think what happened with Russian spies? They don't just get into the government and then all of a sudden they infiltrate. That shit takes years. It takes years of blending in, understanding the system, understanding what works, understanding who's at the top, understanding who makes the big decisions, and then getting to that point. So that way you can actually be the person that makes decisions and actually become effective in order to actually make some real change. He could call it the J Mart. Honey garlic chicken was being boycotted for what? For what? Right. Listen, I don't got nothing against Democrats. I don't. But I just think that there's never a solution, man. It's just, hey, man, you shouldn't have done this, man. You shouldn't have did this, man. You know, and shame on you for this, man. You shouldn't have done this. I don't think Target came at you, but I do think that because you saw a money opportunity, you decided to grab it. That don't make sense. It doesn't make sense that a billionaire would sit here and be looking for money unless a company reaches out to him. Jay-Z is a person of high visibility. You mean to tell me that Jay-Z, who is a billionaire, reaches out to Target and say, hey, man, I think I could do something with you. That's what you think. Come on, man.
Like, honestly and truthfully, this is unforgivable in my eyes. I feel betrayed, and I'm going to be very honest with you. The level of betrayal that I felt when Kevin Hart tried to make those excuses for that comic, making those George Floyd jokes, that is the same level of betrayal that I'm feeling right now with Jay-Z doing this. Jay-Z, you get up and you talk about liberation and this and all of these different things, and you just absolutely had to take that deal. You had to take that deal, Jay-Z. You had to.
Yeah, he had to take it. Yep, it was the reason why he took it. And he don't got to explain to nobody. He ain't got to explain to you. He ain't got to explain to Black America. He don't got to explain to nobody why he did what he did. Apparently, he took it for a reason. oh well. Go cry in the bed. Right, betray some random man. Y'all don't even know this man. They never even bump shoulders with this dude. Talking about something, I'm disappointed in you. You ain't close enough to him to even be disappointed in anything. You're not. He got to explain the Dame. Now let's go to this.
Jay-Z, this is...
And I stand by my statements about Jay-Z in that video because I don't respect that nigga. Jay-Z is the culture vulture of rap. He's the culture vulture y'all swear up and down Drake and all these other niggas that been all these years. This the same Jay-Z that was selling liquor to the black community from Douce to Cristal, being a poster boy for all these years. Then when they said they don't care about black people and Jay-Z buying their shit, he switched over to Ace of Spades and did the same thing. This the same Jay-Z who backdoored Colin Kaepernick and Jermaine Dupri for the NFL deal, used Travis Scott and motherfucking Maroon 5 as the leverage. Then when he got in the dough, we got to get past the kneel, and it worked at one point, but we got to let it go. And when Kaepernick and his wife checked that nigga, y'all told them to shut the fuck up and move on. This the same Jay-Z that got promoted as the president of Def Jam because he sold Dame Dash, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, and Suge Knight out when they tried to make the first union in the music business so artists can get more out of their contract. And he went in the back door and sold them niggas out. It's the same nigga that ushered in the 360 deals so artists can keep getting robbed and use Death of Auto-Tune and killed T-Pain's career as the example for that shit. Because T-Pain was touching everything from album sales, singles, to shows, features. Nigga was getting credited just for using Auto-Tune and was doing award shows 2-3 years in the game. And Jay-Z stopped that shit. Then he want to be on stage talking about, oh, you niggas is
ain't even about race. We talking about money. So what are you talking about?
Workers, go holler at them white people and get your money back, even though you helped them white people take their money in the first place. And then let's get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. You at the Roots picnic. Did you and the Roots forget what a picnic was? A picnic is where a bunch of non-melanated people festive and kick it and hang out and then find a bunch of melanated and black motherfuckers to lynch off and kill. And y'all okay with this sellout ass shit? And then you on stage bragging about how you get under skin from when you stabbed up and come to find out it wasn't even about leaking your music. It was about both of y'all trying to fuck on Charlie Baltimore, which was Biggie's girl up until he died. If Biggie is your rap partner and your man, why are you trying to move in on this girl the minute he get killed off? And then you wearing Biggie Jesus piece every time you go record an album on some ritual shit trying to harness his energy, you fucking weirdo. Don't fuck with Jay-Z, man. Get that bitch ass nigga.
Boy, look at the dustiness on this video. God damn.
What? Yeah. Man, look at, man, hell no. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is the difference between people who understand business and people who don't. He don't understand business. He don't understand business. He don't understand business, dog. At the end of the day, what do they say? Like, what do they say in most of these movies? Listen, bro, it ain't personal. It's just business. You talking about trying to create a union with Suge Knight and Dame Dash now. If Dame Dash was really like that, he'll be just as successful. If Suge Knight was like that, he'll be just as successful. Last time I checked, when people step outside of the rings and try to learn from the outside and see what they're doing right and see what moves that they are making and understanding how to operate their business, guess what happens? They move up. They move up. This ain't a movie, it's consequences at the end of the day. Yeah, you're right. This isn't a movie. When you start to think bigger, when you start to think outside of the box, you begin to move different. That's what happened with Ghost, right? Ghost started to think outside of the box. Ghost was like, hey man, I'm done with all this drug dealing crap, man. I'm done with this, bro. I'm trying to go legit. I'm trying to own legit businesses. I want to get out of this board. I want to be out of this BS. But you know, you had the Tommies, you had his wife Tasha and all them. Keep holding them back. Keep bringing BS up to keep him in the game. He's trying to get out, but people continue to keep on bringing the BS up. So guess what? He got to do what he got to do. It don't matter, Bob. But what we're not talking about black community. We're talking about the money. Keep up. Keep up. And so people don't understand the business acumen. People don't understand operating in business. If I can have a conversation with you, right? If I have a conversation with you and I see that after our 5 to 10 minute conversation, I'm like, can I do business with this person? Does this person have a grasp on what we're trying to do and where we're going? Can they think outside of the box? Do they see the bigger picture here? Or are they still thinking small? If they're still thinking small and I'm thinking over here, we aren't going to be able to align. I'm going to outgrow you. Because you're so convinced on trying to focus on this one thing here. I'm thinking about trying to expand and grow and scale the business. So that means we got to step outside of that circle that we operate in order for us to scale. Cool. We're making money right here. We're making money right here. This is dope. This is great. We're making the dope money. But guess what, man? I'm tired of making the 6 figures, bro. I'm trying to get to these 7 figures, bro. Like, and we ain't gonna be able to get to these 7 figures by continuing to keep operating right here. We gotta expand, bro. We're gonna have to collab with a couple of people. They got this over here. They got this corn over here. Or they got this thing going on over here. They're strong in that. So we need to collab with them and figure out how we can be of value to them. And so that way we can make them a value to us. So that way we can continue to grow and scale this business. Ghost wasn't a sloppy killer. He kept getting brought into the BS. No, see, that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing, Kim. I would believe it. I would believe it if most people were in those spaces to actually confirm that. I'm not confirming that. I'm not confirming it. I'm not gonna confirm it. I would have to see that for myself. I'd have to see it for myself. That means I would need to see more entrepreneurs. I would need to see more people I would need to see more people that are black people trying to get into politics. I would need to see more black people getting into these spaces where all these big dogs are and where they lay. I would need to see more of it. I would. But I can't continue to keep blaming the system if a lot of people aren't even trying to get to that point. If they aren't putting themselves in the spaces, so I can't blame that. I can't sit up here and confirm that. I can't, and I'm not going to. Regardless of, because all of it is speculation at the end of the day. Can you prove it? Can you prove it? Can you prove that they won't let a black man in? They let Jay-Z in. But y'all ain't, here's the question that y'all aren't asking. Why? What did he have to do? Without the conspiracy theory. Get the conspiracy theory out your head. How? How did it happen? What did he do? Who did he talk to? What space did he get in? Who did he have to talk to? What did he have to do? But we don't want to have that conversation, though. We always want to blame it on the system. We always want to say it's the white man, but didn't we just say the Jews? We always want to blame white man, right? We think the white man got all the power. When I don't even believe that. I don't care. I'm not looking to do business with you. Who are you? I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't care to do business with you. I don't even know what you look like. So why would I do business with somebody that I don't even know or have never seen before? That doesn't make sense. And that's your problem. You talk too much. because I've had people on my panel that weren't black. That's your problem. Maybe if you go and do your research instead of talking so much, just go back and do your research. How about that? How about you do that? Instead of talking so much and trying to troll, because you suck at that. You are trash at trolling. You suck. You 1000% suck. So go do your research and then come back and talk to me. Don't move the goalpost. Don't go back to, oh, you only got one. Go back and do your research and then tell me again how I don't have any other race on my panel or on my platform. Go and do that. Go do your research real quick and then come back and talk to me. And then when you do come back, just say you sorry. That's all I need you to say. Don't say nothing else. Don't worry about when. Go do your research. And then come back and tell me what you find. And if you tell me you don't find nothing, then that lets me know you ain't do your research. It is what it is. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say, regardless of what everybody else say, shout out to Jay-Z for his collaboration with Target. I don't care what everybody else talk about with this black community stuff. I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Whatever it is that he got going on, because we don't know the negotiation that he had. We don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. We don't know what the purpose of him doing it. Yeah, they could talk about the album. It may be something bigger. He may be doing it for his daughters, for his children. We don't know what it's for. But we don't know the actual reason for him doing it. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Kim? Thompson, no, I can't do business with you. Like, bro, I don't even know you. Who said I would want to do business with him in the first place? He ain't even have no value to me. Just be talking. Do you have that couple that isn't a couple that worked together that couldn't answer questions? Yeah, I did. Yep. But they weren't a couple though, bro. They weren't a couple. They were cool. I actually gonna link with her. I'm actually gonna link with her because she's trying to grow her podcast too. You know, so I'm gonna help out a little bit too, and give her a little insight. From what I know, as far as what I know, I can only take her so far right now. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen versus you have never. What? Does his reasoning even matter? No, it don't. And real honest to God truth, no, it don't matter at all. It really don't. He doing what he doing for whatever the reason is that he's doing it. And of course, everybody's going to speculate as to why. You know, there's going to be conspiracy theories. There's going to be everybody who says it's the devil's blood that he's drinking, and it's the devil and it's the rituals and all that BS, man. I don't care about none of that. If you can't confirm it, and prove it, I don't care about it. I don't. Get to your money, bro. Get your bag. Ain't nobody talking about Elon Musk doing rituals and nothing. They just up here talking about him getting to the bag. So I'm gonna say the same thing. Get to your bag, Jay-Z. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. Continue to keep being the businessman. Continue to keep doing what you're doing to keep leveling up yourself. And continue to keep, creating that gap. What you want me to do?
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. All right. You see, we back. We back in action. Courtney doing the he said doing the Kendrick cam. Chill out. He said doing the Kendrick cam. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild, bro. I am not doing no Kendrick cam. I am not at all. Y'all want to talk about that? Okay. Let's go. I want to go into Jelly Roll. Y'all know who Jelly Roll is? Let's go to Jelly Roll. Jelly. Hey, jelly. Hey. You said you came back to cheese. No, you didn't. We came back to cheese. What you talking about? Nah, fool carry, what you mean? All right, so look. So Jelly Roll, for those of y'all who don't know, he's a country artist who also has a little bit of, also dipped his toe into the hip hop culture as well. Him and his wife Bunny XO is getting divorced. Now, as to the reason why, don't know, but we about to find out. So let's go ahead and dive into it.
I'm giving her everything I own, not because I'm generous, but because without her, I'd probably still be in prison or I might already be dead. She chose me when I couldn't even earn $500 from her performance. She helped raise 2 children who weren't biologically hers. She stood by me through every suffocating moment involving medication, weight loss, and my prison record. The only thing I can give her in return is a life where she never has to worry about money again. This divorce isn't because of infidelity. There's no third party involved. One day, the 2 of us were sitting at home looking at the nursery that never seemed to be filled, and at the same time we said, maybe it's time to let it go. She's 46. I can't keep letting her inject herself over and over for a child who may never come. She deserves a future where she doesn't have to live every day clinging to the hope of what if this time it works. In the end, the issue of having a child became the final straw that broke us. No matter what happens, I will always be grateful for everything she has done for me. She may no longer be my wife, but she will always be family to me.
The Split, stunning everyone from Nashville to Hollywood and beyond. Extra obtaining these court documents. Jelly Roll, whose real name is Jason DeFord, filed to end his marriage just weeks before their 10th wedding anniversary. Inside the papers, he says he and Alyssa Carter, better known as Bunny XO, are unable to live successfully as husband and wife, and that they have suffered irreconcilable differences, listing the date of their separation as May 9th. Only hours before the news broke, Bunny had been singing along to Nickelback's breakup anthem, How You Remind Me, on Instagram.
I was 500 some pounds. I've lost 300 pounds. I'm like a muscle.
Are you telling me that they got divorced because they couldn't have children? Or, well, he said that it was the straw that broke the camel's back. So what's going on? So what was the real reason then?
I'm hard to start, but once I get going, I'm going, baby.
Jelly had been sharing his weight loss journey, telling us recently,
I feel incredible, dude. Thank you so much. My wife put me on her Instagram allegedly as her hall pass. Hey, all right.
And the couple had appeared to be the picture of happiness on social media, even attending the senior prom of his daughter, Bailey Ann, from a previous relationship.
That little girl that was born when I was in jail just graduated 2 weeks ago. Life's not what you do, it's who you do it with.
So what's behind the $27 million breakup?
A lot of people do not understand our relationship.
Only months ago, in an extra exclusive, Bunny told Terry the two at one time had what some would consider an unconventional relationship.
And you also talk about how your marriage is free, but not open. It's completely closed now, in case anybody wants to know. It was more of just like a fluid, like, hey, an understanding of like, hey, we don't believe in monogamy right now. So, you know, if there's something that you want, just be honest.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Man, look at, man, hell no.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
about it.
The best-selling author of her tell-all Stripped Down, Unfiltered and Unapologetic, who continued to work as an escort after they wed, also told us about this.
Hold on, she was a what? No, hold on, Pippin.
Who continued to work as an escort after they wed, also told us about this painful time in her past.
When he cheated on you, that nearly broke you, you contemplated suicide. I've had a few low points in my life, but I think it's because I didn't expect it from him.
That nigga crazy.
Just something that needed to happen for both of us because it was a huge catalyst in bringing us, literally separating us completely, and then us coming back together.
Bunny also revealed she and Jelly were fast-tracking expanding their family via surrogate.
Tell us about your IVF journey. I will tell you that we will have a baby. We're excited. We're excited. We both have baby fever. I'll bring the baby back to see you one day. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that, Bunny. I will. I promise.
Yes, you can't, because look at the result. It ain't working. That's what they mean. Y'all think the end goal. Here's the thing. It's only I don't care what nobody say. It's only successful if you die. If you die still married. If you get married and it don't work, guess what? It still proves the point. It still proves the point. You can't turn a 304 into a housewife. You can't. It won't work. When you get married, that's not the end. That's the beginning. That's not the end. The ultimate goal isn't the ultimate end isn't, oh, I got married, so now I'm good. No, the ultimate is you die. Until death do you part. That's when you can say it was successfully done. That's when you can say that. Until then, if you've been married for 5 years, cool, you were married for 5 years, but it didn't work. It didn't. Irreconcilable differences. Oh, we grew apart. It didn't work. If you started a business and it only lasted you 5 years, it didn't work. You couldn't maintain it. You couldn't keep it up. It failed. It's the same exact thing. So yes, it still stands. You can't turn a 304 into a housewife. Simple as that. Look at Cardi B. She ain't married no more. So it continues to prove the point over and over again. You can't run away from it, no matter how you try to spin it. You can't run away from it.
But for now, it appears these two are headed for divorce court. Jelly Roll's daughter, Bailey Ann, disgusted in the wake of her dad's divorce filing from wife Bunny XO.
I mean, she changed my life. I am over the moon with that woman.
I will be his #1 fan, cheering him on for the rest of this lifetime. So
18-year-old Bailey Ann hopping on TikTok to share her frustration with the public interest in her dad's split
they didn't have a
after nearly
successful
10
marriage.
years of marriage. She writes, I am disgusted.
Marriage is never going to be perfect. I don't care who you are. It's going to be bumps in the road. It's not always going to be sprinkles and ice cream. It's not always going to be the dopest thing. But you committed to something. To death do you part. There are going to be times where you may not like the person at that time. That's how marriages work. What are you talking about?
At how invested everyone is in a very clearly private family matter. It's crazy. Worry about your house, not mine. I'm not speaking on it yet.
If these tears could talk, if these tears could talk, if my tears could talk. I hate when they do that shit. I want to hear the music.
Bunny has been a major part of Bailey Ann's life since marrying.
Commitment equals success. It can equal success. You committed to that person. You held up your end of the bargain. held up your end of the bargain. You raised your children. You got them out of the house. They ain't in jail. They ain't in the. They aren't in the grave. They ain't on the stripper pole. You done what you're supposed to do as a parent. At least from as far as that you know that what you done, that you did what you were supposed to do as a parent, and you continue to live on, and you continue to grow, and you continue to build with each other until death do you part. And then if you are successfully able to make it to that point, you were successfully married. So stop trying to put your own spin on it. That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows.
The rocker in 2016, and has often spoken about helping raise the teen after she and Jelly gained custody of her.
It's still a journey. It's never a destination. And I feel like when you stop living and learning, you're not evolving. And that we live and we learn every day.
Bailey's comments come just one day after E.T. confirmed Jelly Roll filed for divorce in Tennessee last month, citing irreconcilable differences. Our source describes the split as a mutual decision.
I have lived my life as an open book.
Bailey Ann doing the same thing online, thanking fans for their support during this difficult time. And adding this reminder, I understand and respect opinions and that a public profile is a public profile, but that doesn't mean we have to throw away our human decency.
Yes, because there's factors that come. Yeah, there are factors that come with marriage. There's gonna be ups. There's gonna be downs. Whoever told y'all that marriage was always gonna be perfect? Who always told y'all everybody was gonna be happy all the time? Whoever told y'all that it was always gonna be perfect? No, you decided to be with that one person, so you gonna make it work. No matter what you feeling. Go figure it out. Go talk to God about it. And guess what? Get back to your duty like you promised. That's what you're supposed to do. Real question. You think this is a valid question. Real question. You think some of our mothers used to be 3 or 4s back when they were younger? Would you ask, or you don't want to know? To be honest, I don't care to know, because it wouldn't make me know never mind, but I'm not naive to the fact that our mothers were virgins. I'm not naive to that. I'm not naive to that. But I will say, especially if you in your 30s, early 40s, your parents grew up in that time where people were getting wild, where the women were getting wild. So I would not put that past them. I wouldn't put it past them. But their parents though, I wouldn't bet on it if they were 3 or 4s. Like our grandmothers, I wouldn't bet on it that they were 3 or 4s. But our parents, absolutely. They would get into it. They were free. They came up in the 70s. They came up in the hippie time frame. They came up in the 80s crack era. They came up in all of that. They came up in the 90s, Freaknik, all of that. They was getting busy. You understand me? They was getting to it. They came up in that ADHD era. You understand me? Yeah. Crack baby era. Yep. I 110% believe that for sure. But here's the thing. Then they still maintain the principles. When they got married, they understood what it meant to be a wife. So they knew how to hold it down. Versus today, you got a lot of 3 or 4s a day. They don't understand how to still hold it down as a wife. They still try to be 3 or 4. They still operate and move like a 3 or 4. It ain't the same. Why would you care about your mom's sex life? That's weird. What you mean? Why do I care? It ain't about me. It ain't about caring, but he's just asking the question. It ain't weird. He's just asking the questions. Because a lot of people think that their moms were saints. A lot of people think that their mom don't do no wrong, can't do no wrong, which is fine. But let's not be naive about the conversation either. If hoeing is the oldest profession, somebody grandma 304, for sure. I'm not denying that either. I'm not denying that either. But I guarantee you will find more 304s today than you did back in that time. You will find more 304s today than you would back in that time. And if I'm wrong, and if somebody can prove me wrong, then guess what? I will concede and I'll be like, you know what? You're right about that. I'm wrong. But until then, nah, I don't believe it. So only our mothers used to be on that guy turned into why you hating on this generation. How am I hating on this generation when I'm from the generation? What are you talking about, bro? How am I hating on the what are you talking about? What am I hating on? How am I hating? What are you talking about? Do you not see what's going on out here in these streets? Or are you not out here touching grass? I know I'm out here in the streets. I know I see what's going on. My eyes work. My eyes work. 1000%. My eyes work. I'm not just behind the desk. So I'm trying to understand. What am I hating on? You can clearly see this lady in this video, she was an escort. And yet, guess what happened? The relationship didn't work. But I'm hating. I know Rod Brown, but I'm hating though. We just got clear evidence. We just got the proof is in the pudding. She was an escort. We see the type of dude he was. We see her. Then to throw fuel to the fire, she say what she used to do and what she did do. But I'm hating. Yeah, all right. I'll take it. I'll take it. If they said granddad was raising a lot of kids that wasn't his, they said granddad was raising a lot of kids that wasn't his. That's also true. None of what you're saying isn't a lie, but I'm saying the likelihood of the two. Y'all conflating the two. I'm not arguing that. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, that tells the story right there. It tells the story. So what are we talking about? Mr. Telephone Man. The reasons that we're here. That song was about grandmama getting it in too. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they weren't getting it in. I just said the likelihood of the two. When you grew up in a certain era. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but the relationship didn't work because she couldn't conceive children. It wasn't an issue about her being. All of those can be a factor though. And that's what I'm saying. One of those things wasn't the issue. I said in the beginning, the camel on the back, the straw that broke the camel's back was the fact that she couldn't conceive children. That was the straw on the camel's back. But I'm pretty sure there were a number of other things that accumulated over time to where there was like, listen, man, it just ain't working out. It's a number of things that we don't know. But we know for a fact because it was said the straw that broke the camel's back was because she couldn't conceive a child. That milkman. Isn't Courtney a girl's name? It's a unisex name. And your mama like it. Now what's up? My granddad was a Rolling Stone, was in the army, and he says it all. Yeah, bro, my dad was in the army too, man. My dad was in the military. Well, he was in the army as well. Desert Storm, all that good stuff. You feel me? All right, speaking of, since we're up here talking about getting in, you know what I'm saying, love making and escorts, let's get into this Mystikal. Let's get into this Mystikal. And listen, man, make sure y'all support the channel too. Super chats, Cash App, rock out with your boy. All right. Let's get into this Mystikal, bro. Mystikal got 20 years again. For grave charges. So let's go ahead and get into it, bro.
Well, Michael Tyler, better known as Michael Tyler, better known as his stage name Mystikal, was just sentenced to 20 years in prison. That's a maximum sentence for a third-degree rape charge. Mystikal pled guilty to the charge back in May after he was accused of choking and raping a woman in his home in Prairieville. He was arrested and held without bond in 2022. Mystikal faces similar charges back in 2004 for sexually assaulting his hairstylist. He spent 6 years behind bars on that charge and then became a registered sex offender.
Rapper Mystikal has been sentenced to 20 years in prison without the possibility of parole on a third-degree rape charge.
A case we were following closely. Louisiana First News reporter Michelle Maslon has the latest details from Ascension Parish.
After years of legal proceedings, the case against Louisiana rapper Mystikal reaches its conclusion. The 55-year-old New Orleans native, whose real name is Michael Tyler, was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
I think as a celebrity, sometimes trouble finds him.
Prosecutors say Tyler sexually assaulted a woman at his Prairieville home in 2022. During the sentencing hearing, the victim delivered an emotional impact statement. She told the court she was raped and tortured for hours.
Now watch the fake as hell. That big, that whole big. That whole big as hell. What?
For hours while pleading for her life. She went to the hospital where she was given a rape kit, which showed injuries consistent with her account of what happened. She said the assault continues to impact her physical and mental health 4 years later. Tyler spoke before the court imposed its sentence after hearing the victim speak. He said, "If that's what I did, I deserve every day of this sentence. I'm sorry. I hope you heal." The judge thanked both for addressing the court before handing down the sentence.
What you mean he got the years that Diddy should have got? What are you talking about? There's a difference between somebody being a freak versus somebody who choking and actually raping somebody. That ain't the same thing. The people in the Diddy case, they were willing participants of the situation. These are two different situations. We are not going to equalize those two. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. We're not doing that. Because they try to get Diddy on the RICO case. That ain't work. So, of course, because they got video footage on him hitting Cassie, of course they're going to get him on that one. But because he's being a freak, what you talking about? Half of y'all are freaks out here in these streets too. So should y'all go to jail too? Half of y'all be doing egregious stuff behind closed doors too. Most of y'all freaked out. So should y'all go to jail too? Because y'all so freaked out? This man putting his hands on, this man choking, not the type of choke that make you wet. It's the type of choke this nigga trying to kill you. He trying to kill you, bro. And he said he guilty of it. So I don't know how y'all equating the two. I don't understand it. Diddy went beyond free. No, they was. Were you there, Kim? Kim, were you at the Diddy parties? Were you there? Did Diddy come on to you? Were you at the party? Were you there after 11 when Denzel said, "Hey, listen, leave 30 minutes before the devil comes"? Were you there? Because if you were there, then you can give us some insight on what actually goes on behind the closed doors. If not, then you just speculating. Because you ain't the lawyer, you ain't the judge, you weren't in the jury. You just speculating. Just saying. Right, bro, are you crazy, bro? Mystikal is a whole demon. The first case was crazy. Then he did it again. No, that's what I'm saying. This is the third time, ain't it? This is third time doing this. This man is a demon. This is different. This ain't the same thing. He ain't got money behind him. He ain't got Diddy money to be hosting free calls. No, he raunchy with it. Look at the beard. You can anybody who don't have a beard, if your beard don't go under your neck, like that, and it's just right there, and it don't connect the right way, something wrong with you, big dog. Look how it fluff out right here, and then it's skinny right here, and then nah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Nope. I don't trust him just as much as I ain't trust him with them immature braids. Nope. Nope. And I better not catch y'all listen to his music no more. Strap the fan. Show me what you're working with. I said, show me what you're working with. I said, they go to police.
Tyler will receive credit for time already served. Upon his release from prison, he'll be required to register as a sex offender. This is not his first conviction for a sex crime. Tyler previously pled guilty to similar charges more than 2 decades ago and served 6 years in prison. He has 30 days to appeal Tuesday's sentence. Michelle Masson, Louisiana First News.
And Mr. Tyler was taken into custody following the hearing.
Man, keep that man off the streets, bro. Keep that man off the streets. At this point, keep him off the streets, dog. He a danger to society. Hey, keep him off the streets. No, bro. I ain't with it. Exactly, Drex. He learned nothing. He learned nothing. Keep him off the streets. This is what we talk about, because I know there are a lot of women, there are some black women that I ain't gonna name their name that be on YouTube. They always talk about how black men don't hold other black men accountable for rape. We holding them accountable today. Keep them off the streets. Keep them off the streets. I ain't gonna say her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. For those of y'all who know. And y'all done been here before. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say her name though. Keep him off the streets. Those are the individuals you got to keep off the streets. 1,000%. Because I don't think he learned his lesson. Yeah, I don't think he learned his lesson. I don't. Sound like the booty warrior. I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. Nah, pimpin'. I'm Gucci. I'm good, homie. I'm good on that. You wasn't there with Mystikal, but you believe he's guilty 1,000%. 3 times? 3. Not the first offense. Not the first offense, not the second. 3 times. Hey, shorty, 3 strikes you out. You bugging. You bugging. 3 strikes you out. I believe the victims, that's all. Man, see, look at you. See, you don't even give people the reasonable doubt. You don't even give them an opportunity. 3 times, though? Nah. So tell me why. So, Kim, tell me why Cassie left the city. Tell me why Cassie left the country after one of the guys that she was involved with trying to sue her. Tell me why. Tell me why that's the case then. Because I'm pretty sure you probably believe Cassie was innocent too. I'm pretty sure you believe Cassie was forced into it. that she didn't enjoy none of it, that she wasn't a part of none of it. I'm pretty sure you think that too. They say he kidnaps women on a Rick James pipe and all. Lord Jesus. He does look heartless. 1000%. I used to love him in high school because I never met him. Yeah, you better. He said, put him in the Diddy cell. Nah, fam, don't do him like that. If 6 years ain't enough, you GAY and just like prison life. Yeah, that's wild work. Right, he repeat. That's a repeat offender. That's a one-time offense. That's different. You a repeat offender, the same thing. You go to jail for a long time. You come back out and you do the exact same thing that you went in jail for the first time. Nah, pimping. Came in here with the mic in hand. Baseball, you feel me? I'm not playing this game. One too many, and he went 3 times. He from the South. That's a family reunion. See? Nah, see, I ain't got. You ain't finna be talking about the South. No, I already said she did it willingly, but not every single time. Okay, and it is what it be what it is. All it takes is 3 times. All it takes is more than 3 times. She was a willing participant. Don't make her no less innocent. She was a part of it. So you can't sit up here and say you believe him all the time when she was a part of it. A willing participant. So now that destroys your entire argument. That destroys your entire argument. Kim, I like you though, because you gonna stand 10 toes. You gonna stand 10 toes on what you believe. I rock with it though. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
You gonna stand 10 toes. I'll give you that. I will give you that. So you might like this one then, Kim. Because this one I'm going with The Truth After Dark. And the title of this, I haven't watched this video, so I don't know what to expect. But I saw the title, I said, this might be interesting with Paul Pierce and Azar. And the title says, All Men Are Dumb. Not quotation, exclamation mark. It wasn't a question. That was a thought. All men are dumb. So we're going to get into this, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. So let's rock out.
Young Ma, or Young M.A., however you say it. Love her down. On Shannon Sharp.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. Is there a Young Ma, a Young Mia, and a Young Miami? Is that
There's
3 different
no
people?
Young Mia. I don't know who that is. It's a Young Miami.
Okay.
Spend that
Are Young
City Girls.
Ma.
And
That's
Young
another-
Ma. She's a
that's 2
stud.
different people, right?
Yes, Young Ma is a lesbian stud,
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So
I'm just
Young
trying to get it
Ma
right, 'cause
is
I heard that in the streets before.
Young Ma's cracking. Young Ma gets all the bitches. So she's on Shannon Sharp, and she talks about women being actually more toxic because she dates women. Because Shannon Sharp was like, well, what is the answer? Because Victoria Monet was on Angela Yee's show, and she's bisexual, and she talks about how she dated women and she dated men, and she feels like when she dates women, it's more like they just want sex, or it's just like more toxic, versus when she dates men, she's like, I really want to be with a man now. She was married, she got divorced, she's married to a man. And then they talked about it on Shannon Sharp, and Young Ma was like, honestly, yeah, I feel like being with a woman is more toxic. Women are more toxic than men.
Uh-oh.
That was her answer. I 100% agree.
Uh-oh.
Women are way more toxic than men.
Uh-oh.
Period. I don't think men are as toxic as women at all. I think men are trifling.
I don't think the word is toxic for women.
What do you think it is?
I think
They
it's
might,
just
Kim.
women
They
getting
might pull it in
goddamn
reverse. We're
nerves.
gonna see.
So that don't even mean toxic. Like if women just learn to be quiet sometimes and talk, like when like the necessary talk need to be talked, then men can pit up with women. It ain't a toxic trait from a woman, because women, y'all, I mean, most women mean well. It's just that y'all talk too goddamn much and get on a nigga nerves, and people call that toxic. It's not toxic.
No, women are more toxic. Women are
It's
super.
not.
No.
Because men are stupid.
Men are trifling, disrespectful.
Stupid.
Yeah, men
We're
are
just
so dumb.
stupid.
Yeah, men are so dumb.
Yeah, we're dumb. We get married. We do all this other shit.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Dumb. Yeah.
He said
Okay.
we get married.
Just do dumb shit. You just get with pretty girls, buy them everything, artificial shit, thinking you're gonna turn a hoe into a housewife, and the next thing you know, divorce, take half our shit. Repeat it. Cycle.
You're so
No, that's a specific group of y'all fools out there that be doing that. The fools that do that are the ones who lead with their money. The fools who do that are the ones who lead with their money. They go out there, and when you get exactly what you put out. You lead with your money, you're gonna grab the gold diggers. You're gonna know they're gonna come, you're gonna attract the gold diggers because you lead them with your money. And guess what? When that junk dry up, guess what happens? They leave you. They leave you. Because you led with your money. You said, "Hey, baby girl, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna give you the world. I'm telling you, I got paper, girl. Give her 3,000 just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just give her 3,000, bro. She ain't even did nothing for you. You only met her. You just met her 2 weeks ago, and you talking about giving her $3,000 for what? For what? $3,000 for what? Negative. I don't care how pretty you are. Don't care. Don't care who you used to deal with in the past. Guess what? I ain't them. And if you do have it, don't give it to them. Trifling is definitely toxic. Disrespectful is definitely toxic. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. In some cases, some men are dumb, 1,000%, and they put themselves in the same position. They put themselves in messed up positions. And those specific men, those subgroup of men, are dumb, and that's why they get caught up in them situations.
I think you should do therapy. I think you're traumatized from your past because your view on women is
I'm
so
speaking facts.
Yeah, but it's
These are the
those are
facts.
not all facts for everybody. We've had people on the show that have beautiful marriages.
All right, listen,
like
listen.
John B, Don Dre, D
Listen, though,
Smoke.
you're not even hearing.
I hear what you say every time.
But like, all
You
right,
hate marriage, you hate bitches.
I
Okay.
didn't say I hated marriage. I said we're dumb.
Well, there's people.
We're dumb.
There's
It's okay.
There's people.
We're dumb.
There's people that will disagree with you. There's people who've been on our show that are happily married and do not have that same scenario that you put out
I get
there.
what you're saying, but who are you speaking for? Because if we want to go to analytics, if we want to do the numbers, there's more single people and more people that are divorced than the other.
What?
You know, it's like it just is what it is. It's a cycle we go through.
What is he
And
talking
we're
about?
okay with that. You know, man, we dumb. It just is what it is.
No.
And it don't make women any smarter than us. Cause I think y'all dumb.
I don't think Paul Pierce know what he's talking about either. I think he's just going off a whim with his checkerboard knitted suit that he got on. But I don't know what he got going on, bro. I think he coming from a hurt place. I think he coming from a hurt place, bro. I think so. Cause he the same dude that spend money on, he'll spend money on a rental girlfriend. That's the same dude that will spend money on a rental girlfriend. I'm not taking no advice from you, boy. Talking about some men are dumb. No. The people that operate in the spaces like y'all do, y'all pay for box. I'm not doing it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Call a spade a spade.
Dumber than us, but we're dumb. But no, I'm just playing.
You are like so disrespectful.
I mean, we dumb though. We the men as a society as a whole, we dumb.
I actually don't think men are as dumb as they say they are. I feel like men are actually a lot smarter and a lot like
because
observant
we think with our,
and slicker.
Because you know what?
That's a good question, Fu Carry. That's a good question. Is it included? Because if it ain't, then you definitely a fool.
You know, sometimes we let our feelings and our like we think outside our brain too much. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
women don't.
No, because we think like
you think with your dicks is what you're trying to say.
Exactly. We think
There
with
you
our
go.
penis
Yeah.
is too much, and it sidetracks with the focus that we need to have a man. And men as men, we need to be like leaders, and we need to be. But then we get in leadership positions, and you know what tears our leadership positions down? Because we're thinking with the wrong head. You know what I'm saying? So many times you see people at powerful positions do something fucked up because of a woman sexually wanting a woman sexually. But that's us because dog, you got we ain't thinking about it, And so, but you guys are, that's why, when they wrote that song that men, what's the song where men but women run the world? What's the song? No.
James Brown?
Woman. The oldie. Yeah. This is a man's world.
Mm-hmm.
But
James
there's
Brown,
nothing
bro.
without a woman. You know what I'm saying?
This is
There's
a
nothing
man's
without a woman.
world. This is a man's world. But it be nothing. Yeah, James Brown, bro. You don't know James Brown? You older than me. How do you not know who James Brown is? Come on, pimpin'.
Woman. It's a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman.
Yeah, but men are in the era now that they forget that.
Yeah.
They don't think, they think women are worthless. Why would I be with a woman? A woman in a relationship brings a lot to a man, and
a worthy woman is worth it in a relationship. Not just because you a woman, just because you a girl, that don't necessarily make you worthy. A worthy woman is worthy. Y'all got to make sure y'all clear that up. Give the context too. Don't just say just because you're a woman, because a lot of people will clip that up and they'll run with that. All that, they gonna run with that. They gonna run with that. Oh, well, a woman just, nope, you got a worthy woman. It's gonna work. It's gonna run with that. I saw a video today from another woman. It was like, if you can sit back and you can tell a woman your passion, your goals, and your dreams, your wife, or the woman who is supposed to be your wife, she's going to take that information and then she's going to do something with that information, meaning she's going to figure out a solution that's going to help you achieve that goal and dream. The other women that aren't meant to be your wife, they're going to hear it, they're going to dismiss it. They're not going to do anything with it. They're not going to take heed. They're not going to take the alley-oop. That's the difference between who your wife will be and who your wife won't be. So take that into consideration, because a lot of y'all think that just because that you got that thing between your legs, that you think you worthy of a marriage, you think that you worthy of a good man, you think that you worthy. Take that information, that little piece of information, it'll take you a long way. But y'all ain't hearing me though.
men don't want to admit that or see that nowadays. And I think it's vice versa. I think men bring a lot to a woman, period. I was never a woman that's like, I don't need no man.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Thank you for proving the point. And now we see your thought process. Now we see why you look at marriage a certain way. Thank you for proving the point. Because you think you bigger than the program. You think you bigger than the program. You think you are the main character. You have main character syndrome. You think it's about you. You really do. You think it's about you in a relationship. You only are focused on self. You are here to be a helpmate. You want me to get down to it? You are here to be a helpmate. You came from a man's rib. You're supposed to be a helpmate. If you want me to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, that's what you're supposed to be. But y'all have diverted so far from the purpose, y'all don't even know who y'all are. That's why a lot of y'all get in these relationships. Oh, I gotta find out. I gotta find who I am. I lost myself in a relationship. I don't know who I am anymore. You forgot your purpose. Your body, your choice. Okay, cool. His money, his choice. So you can't tell him what to do with his money. So when he tell you no, you can't get upset. When he tell you he ain't gonna do a certain thing because that's his money, you can't get upset. You can't feel no type of way. You like, you know what? You right, because it's your body, your choice. Remember that. Every time that you say your body, your choice, just say his money, his choice. You can't tell him how to operate with his money. You can't tell him what to do. If you in a relationship with him and you say it's my body, my choice, you can't tell me what to do with my body. Guess what? You can't tell him what to do with the money, even though you're in a relationship with him. Fair, right? That's fair enough, right? That's fair. That's fair enough. That's the equal value for y'all two. Since it's your body, your choice, you can do what you want. I always build up my boyfriend, but most of them rejected my help or saw it as a threat. Very confusing. Well, they just don't understand. But here's the difference, though. I feel it. But a man that's gonna marry a woman, he's always gonna seek counsel from his wife. Always gonna seek counsel. He's always gonna get her perspective because guess what? She's the one that's going to come with him with wisdom. And she's gonna, and of course, even though he's gonna make the ultimate decision, he still goes to her because he trusts her opinion. He trusts what she says. If you as a woman can't even give a perspective because it's your body, your choice, how do you expect to be a wife? How do you expect to get the thing that you want? How do you expect to be a beneficiary of a man's success when you are so focused on thinking about yourself? Because you got this survival mindset. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure when my mother gave birth to me, her first thoughts were not, I wonder what she's going to be able to do for a man. No, her first thought was making sure that she becomes the best mother that she could possibly be. That's what her mindset was, making sure that she takes care of you takes care of you. But what you need to understand that her husband should have come before you, because her husband was there before you were. And guess what? When you leave the house, guess who's still going to be there? The husband is still going to be there. So the husband comes before the child. Husband, wife, child. But you don't understand that, though, because you're selfish minded. You got main character syndrome. You don't understand that. That's why boy, listen, I'm not about to do it. If we are married illegally, that's my money too. If we are married, no, it ain't your money. No, it ain't your money because it's your body, your choice. If it's your body, you can do what you want with your body. He can do with his money. It ain't no yours too. It's his money. He earned it. He put in the work for it. You ain't do nothing. You ain't go to work for him. You can't tell him what to do with your money and no, it ain't your money too. If he can't make a decision for your body, if he can't make any kind of decision, he don't have any input on what you do with your body, you don't have any input on what he do with his money. Simple as that. There is no, oh, well, I get to do what I want to do, but I still got to input on what he do with his money. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Need a man, period. And I feel like it's vice versa, but men don't say that enough. Like they be like, a woman is trash and da 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 da. But men do think with the wrong head, but I do think men are smart. And I do think that men are
smart, knowledgeable, but like think about this, for as smart and great as like the top men in the world are, one little thing can tear them down.
Yeah, and it usually is
you want to go by the law. Okay, and according to the law, you are his wife. According to the law, you are his wife. You take on his last name. So if you want to take it down to, if you want to do it like that, guess what? So guess what? He also has the ultimate decision of what you do with your body too. He has the decision too. You are his. You have his last name. So he has a say so in what you do with your body too. Uh-oh. Now what? You can't have both. It's either your body, your choice, and he don't have a say in your body, nor do you have a say-so in his money, or he has a say-so in what you do with your body, and then you can have an input on what he do with his money. Which one you gonna take? Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. You ain't gonna have it one way. Pick a struggle. Because that's a feminist mindset that you got right now.
Into sex,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the vice
that's
versa.
dumb to me.
The vice versa, and the equivalent to women is women think with their emotions. And that's why we could be smart, but I could love you so much that I'm gonna overlook all the things you say and do that make it seem like we're not in alignment.
God, I wish God would just come out with like a third species. Oh, no, I'm saying there needs to be a
But just
third
cut that out.
humanoid, a third humanoid or something that we can all be like even kill with. Because like at this era where men and women don't even get along. Like, is there a third, like something we can go to Mars and find like an alien that's cool with everybody or something? I don't know. Damn, this is
I think some dudes, they just don't understand. They just don't understand women, bro. I think some dudes, they just have a hard time because even saying something as egregious as that, I wish there was a third species. Why? There are so many women on this earth that you ain't even met yet, dog. There are so many women on this earth that's legit as hell, that's willing to rock with you. Shorties that's gonna pray for you. Shorty that's really gonna stand tall for you, bro. That's really gonna rock with you. They're not there. They don't have a main character syndrome. They really there to support you, and you gonna be there to support them and making sure that they become the beneficiary of your success because they want to see you shine. They want to see you build. They want to see you grow. And in that, you are also gonna pour into her as well. There are women out here like that, man. I get it. Social media waters down a lot of different things. Social media gets so saturated to the point where we think that, oh man, ain't no good people out here, ain't no good relationship. There's nobody that's a human out here. This shit is fake. Man, there's some people out here, there's some women out here, man. They willing to go all in with you, dog. All in with you. And there's some men out here that's willing to go all in with y'all, man. Do whatever it is that they need to do. Sacrifice whatever it is they need to sacrifice to make sure that you get the ultimate happiness. People that's not so selfish minded. There are people out here like that. I'm not crazy, bro. I get out here in these streets. I touch grass, man. There are women out here like that, and there are men out here like that. You're not finna sit up here and convince me, oh, the dating world is bad. No, y'all just suck at dating. Y'all suck at being girlfriends. Y'all suck at being boyfriends. A lot of y'all suck at that. Because y'all never had the experience. Y'all never actually seen it. So y'all think this is how it's supposed to go. It's my way or the highway type of BS. And y'all don't even know. Y'all think it's about receive, but it's about giving, bro. It's about serving the next person. The man served the woman serves the man. That's how it's supposed to go. Y'all don't even think right, man. Y'all suck in relationships. That's why. You think you're supposed to lead with money, you think that's gonna keep her around. That's what you think. You think that you are responsible for her happiness. No, bro. She's responsible for her own happiness just as you are responsible with your own happiness. You're supposed to be happy with yourself and confident when you go into a relationship. She's supposed to be the same way. Y'all bring that shit together and y'all grow and build something together. That's how it's supposed to be. Y'all keep leaning. Relationships are interdependent, bro. It's not dependency. It's interdependent. The only person that should be dependent upon you is your child if you have one, or children if you have them. Those are the only individuals. Those are the only human beings that should be dependent upon you. You and your person are supposed to be interdependent of each other. You depend on each other. That's how it's supposed to be. Y'all just suck in relationships. And y'all never had a great role model to even show you what a good relationship is supposed to be like.
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy. It's about us stopping this. You play a big part in it. It's stopping the things that people are saying to bring people down. It hurts. We hate to hear it. You hate to hear it. Like, Stop.
Yeah.
Like when I try to stop it, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Like, stop. I came on this podcast being so pro man and trying to get women to understand and this and that. And it doesn't. Then you sit up here and you say, women are this and we're so dumb because we marry women. And then it hurts our feelings. And then we become defensive and we get mad and we hate each other now. Like we are a part of the problem. Like we sit up here on all these mics and tell everybody what they should be doing, what men have to do. And they have to provide and they have to do this and they have to do this. And a woman has to look this way and be this way and be this. Like this is what we do every day, all day. And you wonder why we don't like each other because we put this into the universe. We put this into the universe. And the people who have real people on their side and real loyal people, they don't even talk about it because they rather sit up here and talk about bullshit. That's the truth at the end of the day. That's the society that we live in. And we create the rhetoric that it's no loyal women and men are all fucked up, when in reality, that's not true. I know real relationships and real people who are loyal and dope. And there's a lot out there. Because I know I'm not the only motherfucker left. So it's a whole bunch of people out there, but we want to highlight this. This is what they like to do to the Black community. Always, always.
No. See, this is where you mess up. This is where you mess up. This ain't just a Black community thing. This is a man-woman thing. All races, because everybody has this rhetoric. All races are having this rhetoric. They're all having this conversation. All of them are having this conversation. So this isn't just this isn't just a Black thing. So I want to be clear about that. This is not just a Black community thing. This is a societal thing. Yeah, the sunglasses are annoying. So she was cooking at first until she brought the race aspect up. And then she completely lost me. But overall, yes, society can make it that. But if you're smart enough to understand, listen, let me get outside and touch grass. I know there are some women out here who actually believe the rhetoric that's being spewed out here on the internet, but I know there are other women out here in this world that actually don't believe that, because believe it or not, there's still some women who don't even attach themselves to social media. There are still women out here who aren't on social media like that. Yeah, they may be on it scrolling, but they aren't on it like that. There are some women who are still disciplined enough to be like, you know what, man, I got a timer on my social media, man. I'm not on it like that, bro. I'm not on my social media platforms like that. I'm not really on it. I don't really care too much about social media because there's so much negativity on it. There are people out here like that, bro. There are some people who are still trying to get accustomed to even social media in the first place. They still don't even know how to operate it because they out here in the real world. They out here maneuvering, doing. They got real motion out here. So I'm not gonna subscribe to that. And I can speak from it because I didn't live my life from behind the camera. I was actually out there in the streets. I was actually out there touching grass. So I can speak from that experience. There are women out there willing to cater to their men. There are men out there willing to do whatever it is to make sure that their women are solid. But then there's some BS men out here who ready to mess up somebody else's world, and there are women out here ready to do the exact same thing. There are women out here who are selfish. There are men out here who are selfish. They don't care about nobody else but themselves. All of it is out here. And you mean to tell me that you as an individual, you telling me that you can't find a woman that's willing to rock with you? That means that goes just like I will hold a woman accountable. Say, hey, listen, you're attracting those type of guys. I would tell the man the same thing. Listen, big dog, you attracting those kind of women because of what it is that you're doing. So that means you need to reevaluate yourself. You need to reevaluate the way that you're moving, the way that you operate, the way that you're approaching these people, the way that you're approaching people, the way that you are presenting yourself. Reevaluate yourself. Do an audit on who you are and figure out what it is that you're doing to attract the wrong type of woman. It works both ways. It does, dog. It works both ways. Everybody keep talking about, I want this person that's already made, and then half these individuals can't even qualify for this person that's already completely made. When you got a woman that's on the top of her game, she's the top tier woman. What do they call it? An A-lister woman. Some men don't even understand how to operate around her. Because she holds, and I'm not talking about from a financial standpoint. We talking about the feminist of feminine. She operates when she walks through a room, she has a glow. Men step back, men taking their hats off because they understand that's a woman walking through there. And so men understand they need to come correct. If they're gonna come at her, they gotta come correct. They're gonna have to come correct. But she's a lady at the end of the day. She ain't gonna curse you out. She ain't gonna say, "Ooh, who is you?" She ain't gonna look down on you. She gonna speak to you like a human being. She gonna speak to you like you're a real person. But you understand you gonna come at her with the ultimate respect, and she don't have to tell you that you got to come to her with respect because you already see it, and that's how she presents herself. Same thing as a man. When he walks through the door, you understand that he demands respect when he walks through the door because that's how he's presenting himself. He don't have to tell you. He is showing. It's bleeding out through his pores how confident that he is when he walks through the door. It's an aura around him. It don't matter about how tall he is. It don't matter how muscular he is. It's about how he's carrying himself. His confidence. That's what matters. That's the difference between the two. Yeah, does it help that you're fit in the shape? Yeah, absolutely it does. Does it help that you're tall? Absolutely it does. Not saying that. But at the end of the day, when you're confident, when you are confident in your own skin, you're confident in who you are, you don't need to scream up at the mountaintop and tell everybody that I'm confident, I'm strong, and you need to respect me. When you are able to walk through the door, you're quiet, your head is up, your back is strong, your shoulders are up, you're walking through the door. People are going to automatically respect you because you hold the standard, you hold that standard for yourself. Simple. But we don't understand that.
No, white people are not on podcasts talking about this shit.
Cap.
I do not see white men or white women
Cap.
sitting
I just
up
did one.
talking
Cap.
about the shit we talk about.
Cap.
They don't.
Cap. Cap.
They
Cap.
100% don't do that.
Cap.
I do not see.
Man, are you crazy? I saw Maury go on this for years.
Maury is a talk show.
I saw what's the other
Jerry
talk
Springer,
show?
Jerry Springer.
Don't say this.
But we're not talking about
Jerry
that.
Springer was on there doing all this.
Why
what
do
are you
I think
talking
that?
about? Like, don't just
No.
I'm not gonna let you talk about our people like that.
No.
Go and look at whatever podcast. That's a white podcast. They talk about this. What are you talking about? You need to get Azar, you need to get out more. You need to get out more, shorty. Update your algorithm. Update the algorithm. They out here talking about it. It's not just the black community. Trust me. It's not just the black community. Trust me. There's a whole nother side of YouTube that you probably haven't experienced yet. They are talking about it. 1000%. They struggling too.
They
now,
do it
all
too.
of a sudden,
Nah,
listen, he's
you ain't gonna
trifling.
talk
He's
about our people
trifling.
like
No,
that.
stop.
Because I saw Jerry Springer, Maury make us look a certain way, and then you talk about they don't talk about
No, but I'm talking about right now in the black community. We do not see white people on podcasts saying, women, we're done for marrying women. We're done. Matter of fact, when I switch my algorithm, I actually see men saying, I'm a businessman and I do better in life because I'm married. That's what I see other races talking about. Oh, I get more respect when I bring my wife around. I get more accolades. When I go to the black community, guess what I hear? Men are not shit. They better buy me a Birkin bag. I just saw Sweetie on a podcast saying you can't be a thousandaire. You have to be a millionaire to date me. Oh, this and that. Men talking about, oh, you gotta have this.
You know what happens,
I'm
though?
tired of it.
You know what happens? We put our people of major influence in positions to talk like
yeah.
And then it influences a whole generation.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Black culture, it dictates how everything moves and how everything is created in the industry, in entertainment. And we are the head. We are the head of that. Everything we're saying has so much major influence. Everything you sit up here and say, everything I sit up here and say, everything Cam Newton says, everything Young Miami says, and the things
because
that we
the
are
other
saying.
races aren't as interesting.
But that's what I'm telling you. But instead of us trying to pull each other up and make a difference and say, hey, I'm going to uplift this. I sat on this podcast for a year uplifting black men. And no matter what, every chance a black man gets to get in the comments, they talk about me like a fucking dog. So at the end of the day, this is what we deal with. Period, point blank. It's not about being a victim. Women do it too. Men do it too. We all do it in our community. So yes, I'm tired of it and I'm sick of it. Like seriously. So at the end of the day, that's the truth. If we want to change it, it starts with us and it starts with you. You're an influential man on a show. You can make the change. We can make the change, but we don't. We sit up here and still talk shit about each other all day. That's all we fucking do. And it gets to a point where you're just tired of that shit. I am. So I hope that we can get better than this. And I hope we can move forward as a community and really see where we're creating the damage.
Commitments and responsibilities when I no longer feel like it. Like the thing about contracts is that you need contracts with people you don't trust.
I can't wait to have this amazing thing where it's all about me and I get to wear this great, amazing dress. And oh my God, everybody's chanting my name and everybody loves me. That's number one. They get to have a big party. Two, it is a status symbol, or it is a status or a hierarchical badge of honor to be a married woman. And women care about their status in terms of social hierarchy. So a married woman is generally perceived as being higher status in the social hierarchy than an unmarried or a single woman. And for three, it's an insurance policy. So just stay with you and doesn't have to, versus someone that stays with you because the government or a contract they went into essentially under duress is compelling them to. So I don't ever really hear an argument for marriage by women other than one of those three things.
I feel like I'm hearing people talk. I feel like, are you all of your parents divorced? Like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like sitting here and I'm just like, are these people depressed? Like, what are these people doing? Why are they thinking like this? Like, I like women, like I can make, like I was.
Why do you want to be married, Olivia? Why do you want to be married?
Because I believe, to be honest, I believe in love more now at 36 than I did at 26.
What does love have to do with marriage?
So the way
can the two exist separately? So I don't mean to keep cutting you up. Can the two exist separately? Okay, so what's the problem?
I think that if somebody's like weirded out by signing papers of marriage, then they probably don't want to marry that person.
Or they have a problem with the agreement.
Yeah, right.
If you have a problem with an agreement, you probably don't want to marry that person because you think that, like, okay, so just background. My parents were in love, married for love, had 6 children. My mom, my dad sometimes we didn't have money. My mom was like, okay, we're just gonna, we're gonna have a tough period. So I saw a lot of like give and take, and I don't even did they have fights and did somebody mention divorce? Maybe, but I guess in like when your parents like truly love each other, I don't think.
Oh yeah, here's what's happening right now. Like really quickly, and I think this is something that I always like to drive home because I do a show similar like this. When men generally talk about dating and relationships and the relationship sphere, we're talking about other people. We're talking about out there, what we're seeing by the hundreds, if not thousands of men that we've worked with, the people that we see. Women tend to look at these things only from their personal lens and their personal experience. So I'm not saying you're wrong for what you're saying, but you are looking at this through an extremely narrow view of your family only, not all these other folks that are out there. So like that's, and what we're talking about is, let's do a quick thought experiment. If I said, hey, you've got to sign this contract. Whereas if I just feel bored enough, feel like I don't want to do this anymore, feel like one day I just decide like, hey, I don't really feel like playing house with you anymore. You've got to give me half of your stuff and possibly lose access to the kids just because I feel like it. Is that something, if knowing that that is the stakes or the terms of the agreement, would you enter into that agreement and you have no recourse? Because that's what men are being faced with every day when it comes to marriage.
Look, I see the point about me talking about my own experience. I'm kind of doing that just to like give our listeners a different side of view, and being the side of you. I've read enough books and like heard enough stuff about whatever you guys are saying. Like, yeah, it's true, but I'm just here to be like that other voice. The thing about, so I come from Eastern Europe where like, if you get divorced, you just give the wife like the house and the car or whatever, and she kind of stays with, because she's doing more of the kids stuff. And men, like it's kind of in our culture, weak men who are worried about like losing their Toyota Corolla. It's
Call that right. She said weak men.
Like it's kind of gay. A little. I don't like. Am I
kind of gay?
Okay, can I jump in here? So
Yes.
So what Azar is talking about, it's across the board. Everybody's talking about it. This isn't just specific to the Black community. Everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about it. It may not be in your algorithm. Everybody's talking about it. White women are calling men weak if they don't do a certain thing, just as black women are calling men weak for doing another thing. It's the same thing across the board. Same thing across the board. Nothing's different. These conversations are happening all over. This isn't just specific to a race, man. And this is why I'm so glad my content isn't based on just the Black community. I look at everything. I'm going off everything. I'm talking about what's going on in the white community, the Black community, Hispanic community, Arizona, all of it. Because there's a lot going on that we don't know. And we only think that everything is only happening on our side. We think everything is the worst just on our side. No, they struggling over there too. That's why when we talk about EBT and SNAP benefits, it ain't just the Black community struggling. You got the white community. They are the biggest. They are the biggest in holding the SNAP benefits. They are the biggest, and they struggling too. Just like everybody else, they are struggling too. So Azar, if you see this, understand it ain't just the Black community. Everybody's having these conversations. Everybody. We just had a conversation with Jelly Roll. They struggling. Everybody's struggling in these relationships today. It's not just a race thing. It's across the board. It's across the board, man. Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Factamundo. You heard? Hey, man, tonight was fire. Tonight was dope. Oh, what's up, Lily Parker? What's good with you? I appreciate you for pulling up. Appreciate you for pulling up. What's good with you? What's good with you? Hey, the stream vibe is dope. You know what I'm saying? Stream vibe is dope. There's more whites, so therefore their number are going to match that. Yeah. There's more, there's more whites. Yeah, the number's gonna match. But at the end of the day, it's everybody going through it, man. It ain't just race specific. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. That's why everybody we talking about, oh, y'all gotta get out and touch grass more. Yeah, y'all need to get out and touch grass more. Y'all need to really broaden y'all lens and see what's going on in this world, because it ain't just only what's going on in your community, it's what's going on in the world. And I promise you, the situation that you might be in, somebody might be going through it even worse. Straight up. But to say we only take up so much of the population and sit high on the negative impacts of most things, exposure, that is, okay, well, they got to change it. Simple as that. They got to change it. We are the ones who put ourselves in these predicaments. Are we not? If you don't act up, if you don't put yourself in the spotlight, if you don't have people around you recording the degenerate behavior and they start recording more of the positive stuff, guess what's going to happen? Less of y'all are going to be in the media. Real talk. Most people don't want to see it. We all see it. I see what's going on in the Black community. I see what's going on in the Hispanic community. I see what's going on in the white community. I see it all. That's why I say I don't have a narrow lens. I don't like having a narrow lens, because I like to be privy to what's going on across the board. I don't like to only be privy on what's going on because I don't only interact with just Black people. I interact with a lot of different people. With many different people, I interact with them. So I'm not just gonna say, "Oh yeah, bro, it's the Black community, bro. Like you Black community, man. Only talk about what's going on in the Black community, man. Listen, bro. Nope, ain't happening. Are you new to streaming, or have you not been doing this for a while, Lily? I've been doing this for a minute. I say about 2 years or so, going on 3. How about you? Talk about the difference of possession of crack versus cocaine back then, and why the time served difference was. I can easily talk about that. We can go and talk about that too. I can make that a topic. But what does that have to do with today? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with what we got going on now? What does that have to do with your opportunities that you have now? What does that have to do with anything? Because we can always talk about what is this, what is that, what is that? Okay, what's the solution then? I'm solution based. I don't care about, listen, you can tell me about what happened in the slave trade. You can tell me about what happened back then. You can tell me about what happened back now, or X, Y, and Z. You can tell me about all of that. What's the solution? What are you doing, or what are we doing as the community, or what are we doing as an individual to help move the needle forward? If we don't have an answer, I don't care about the rest of it. I don't care about the conversation about, well, do you know about this or do you know about that? If you ain't got a solution, don't bring it up. If you can't tell me, if you want to ask me about what's going on in the Black community, but you don't have a solution behind it, I don't care about knowing about it. If you ain't got a solution for me, I'm solution based. We tie it back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. Where's the solution? And we better not point the finger at the white community or the government. Without mentioning the government, without mentioning a rapper or entertainer, where's the solution? What's the solution that the people that are in the community, that are still living in the community today, what are they doing? What actions and steps are they taking to improve the community? That's the question. So do you identify the setback, or you're just saying at this point we are equal, so do more? At this point, the identity, listen, every time we have a race conversation, we always talk about what has set us back. We always go back to what happened in the past. We never talk about the solution. I'm tired of having the history conversation. We know the history. Now what? We're here now. We set ourselves back 200. We've been set back 400 years. We've been set back 200 years. We've been set back, and we still catch up. What's the solution for us to get ahead now? With all this opportunity, with all these resources that we have today, how do we get ahead? That's what I want to know. We want to love Black people, because just like one of the Black shorties said, "Oh, we all skin folk, but just because we skin folk don't mean we can't folk." You're right, because Black people are not a monolith. We think differently. Now, how do we bring our difference of opinions and our thoughts together in order to improve the Black community? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Because if we all thought alike, if we all had the same thinking and the same mind process, we would never move forward. We can never move forward because we all think alike. That's how we're supposed to come together with different ideas in a different mindset from different backgrounds, because some people come from a single parent household, some come from a 2-parent household, some come from a 2-parent household that's rich, some come from a single parent household that made money, some come from trust funds, some are trust fund babies, some are not, some come from the military. Whatever the case, all walks of life. Just because we the same skin color don't mean we are the same. We are not a monolith. We are all different. We all have different opinions at some point. Some things we're going to agree on, some things we're going to disagree on. At the end of the day, what's the solution in order for us to move forward? I don't care about what happened in the 80s. I wasn't even born in the 80s. Cool. We got a history lesson. I bet. So now we in 2026. How do we move forward? What wealth gap? What wealth gap? Okay, there's a wealth gap. There's a wealth gap. Okay. White people are not that far. White people are not that far from us. Asians are leading the pack when it comes to the American dollar. Asians are leading the pack, not white people. Asians are leading the pack. They come from across country and they get to it because guess what? They tell them to go into specific fields to get their money up. Doctors, tech, things of that nature, where they know they're gonna make money. And they circulate it in the community. That's what happens. But we're focused on telling our children, our black kids, to go into basketball, football, entertainment. We're not telling them to get into politics. We're not telling them to become presidents. We're not telling them to go become a doctor. We're not telling them to get into tech. We're not telling them to do to get into engineering or mechanics or anything of that nature. Going to a trade school where you know you're gonna make money. We're not telling them to do that because that's beneath us. We got to be entertainers. We got to be athletes. We got to be sports individuals. Got to be rappers. And then when you see a black man who's thinking outside the box, or you see a black man who isn't like, man, I don't care for the sports, man. I don't care about none of that shit, man. I'm thinking about this, that, and the third. Oh, and then you see another black man who's speaking fluent English, saying the proper things, enunciating the words the right way. Oh, he talking white. No, he just speaking proper English. That's what it is. He's just speaking proper English. He's not trying to tap dance for the white man. He's just speaking proper English because he was taught the right way. How to enunciate the right words. Yes, I see your chat, Lily. But you see I'm cooking right now. So the ultimate question is, if you want, don't tell me about the wealth gap. Tell me about the wealth gap, and then tell me how can we improve it? What's the solution to close the gap? Tell me the solution behind closing the gap. I gave y'all a bit of it earlier today on how to invest your money. That's a start. Most people don't even know how to invest their money. They still talking about saving their money, putting their money in a mattress. In a mattress. In a mattress. USA, United States of America. That's where I'm from, Lily. So at the end of the day, it's not that I'm trying to step away from the black community or anything like that. No, I'm just tired of the same rhetoric. I'm tired of the same talking points. I'm tired of the same, oh, well, you know, what about the black? What about the white man? What they did to us 400 years ago? What about the slavery day, man? It's still systemic racism, man. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. We got all the opportunity in the world now. All the opportunity. Ain't nobody holding y'all back, man. The only person that's holding you back is yourself. Only person. And I can't love, and this is tough love. This is not, oh, you tapped that. No, this is tough love. Get it out the mud. If you gotta get it out the mud, get it out the mud. I get it. Everybody comes from different walks of life. I get it. Your life. Some people's childhood was harsh. It sucked. But guess what? The world don't care. The world don't care what you want me to do. The world don't care where you came from. The world don't care about what happened to you. Cool. Some people may empathize with it. I bet. Damn, I'm sorry that happened to you. Damn, man, that's messed up, man. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, man. I can't imagine what it is that you went through. But at the end of the day, when they're done talking to you, they're gonna forget about it. And you are still the one that gotta live with it. Now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sulk and use that as a crutch for the rest of your life as the reason why you can't get ahead in life? Or are you gonna take that and use that as motivation? Like, listen, I don't want anybody, I wouldn't want that nobody around me or anybody close to me, or if I have children, I don't want them to go through that in life. So therefore, I'm gonna make sure I better myself so that way they don't ever have to experience that. Solution. 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 Solutions. If you're gonna give me a history lesson, give me a solution to it too, on how we can get better. If there's no solution, I don't want to hear the history. It's kind of like when we have a conversation, give me the answer, then give me the context. If I ask you a question, give me the yes or no answer. Then, of course, then tell me why. Then tell me why you said yes or no to the question that I asked. You got a super cute idea? I feel it. But yeah, man. I stream every Wednesday, 7:05 p.m. Every Sunday, 10:05 a.m. MST. And I have my other show, Banter and Barter Show, which we go live on Tuesdays at 7:05 p.m. and Fridays, every other Friday at 7:05 p.m., which means this Friday we will be live. Next Friday we won't. So every other Friday. All right. But this was fun. This was dope, man. I appreciate y'all for coming here, kicking with your boy. Everybody wanted me dumber than them. Learn that first. And listen, don't be afraid to go on. And listen, let me give you another piece of advice too that I've learned as well. Go into spaces where you aren't the smartest person in the room. You don't always got to be the smartest person in the room. You don't always have to be the richest person in the room. You can never learn anything if you are the smartest person in the room or if you are the richest person in the room. Go into spaces where people are doing better than you so you can learn from them. That's how you elevate. You have to continuously live your life on a learning curve in order for you to gain more skills, to get better, to become more fluent in whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to become more financially fluid, get around individuals that are making more money than you, that can teach you the game, teach you how to become more financially literate. Simple. It ain't hard. You just got to be willing to do it. You got to be willing to do the work. Yep. Talk less and listen more. That's a fact. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Always be the fly on the wall. You don't always have to be seen. You don't always have to be heard. Just sit back and listen. Soak in up the information. Always remain a student. No matter how old you are, I don't care if you know a lot. There's still more to be learned because you don't know everything in the world. Sit back and observe. When you see other people that may be smarter than you or may have more information or know more things than you, sit back and listen to them. And if you want to ask a question, hey, what it is that what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on that question? Can you elaborate on that, what you was just talking about? I'm curious. Life is your biggest teacher. Life experiences is your biggest teacher. And if you can't learn from life's experience, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Life is your biggest teacher. Based on your picture along with your fave color, theme, and game attack. Well, I don't game as much, Lily Parker, so I don't game as much. If I game, it's not online. When you flunked, you forgave yourself. Hey, life lesson. You forgave yourself, but I hope you understood, like, okay, I figured out why I messed up and now I improve from here. That's what you're supposed to do. All of us. You learn from your failures. Even the richest people, even the Elon Musks, even the Jay-Z's, even the Donald Trumps, they failed in life, man. The richest people, the Kevin Harts, they failed in life before. They didn't always have wins. They had losses too. And they had to take those L's to the chin, and they had to improve. They had to adjust, and they had to get better. Okay, I see what I did wrong here. So now I know next time not to do this joint right here. Because it's never, you only lose when you quit. You only lose when you quit. If you decide to give up because you took an L on this, yeah, that's when you failed. You didn't try to fix it. You didn't try to work on it. You didn't try to do nothing. You just gave up. So with that being said, man, I hope I left y'all with some good earful of knowledge, a good earful of inspiration. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Make sure y'all are here Friday. We're going to have a panel. We're going to have some men and women on the panel. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk our talk. All right? But until next time, I appreciate y'all. And I'll holler.